He beat with the man with the rifle, huh? It ain't about what sword you got, it's about the man with the sword, you dumb fuck. Get your shit together. Hey, hey, war. Killer be kid, boy, I'm a menace. I call it down, but it's still in me. Tool at your head, boy, like a dentist. These boys rainbow, yeah, they feminine. How can I show love to my enemies? I know these boys out trying to get me. It's a man down, but it ain't me. War. Killer be kid, boy, life is war. Come around the corner and I'm looking slow. I'm talking my prayer like it up close. I bring the heads off with the sword. Bring that bitch back to the Lord. I bring that bitch back to the Lord. Yeah, I bring that bitch back to the rags for bitches, I got my take up like I'm sick. Yeah, I took the decision, I made my mind up like I'm sleeping. Hey, I'm 15, yeah, I caused a commotion, my teeth looking miss like new potion. She got a demotion, rub on her, I need some lotion. I stroke on her ocean, slow motion, now I'm exploding. I caused a collision, I'm too high like foreign transmission. Yeah, I'm sipping, I see your motherfucking vision. These boys keep talking that bitch.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yohana, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
And you tried to attack them because you couldn't provoke them. All day you tried to provoke them in any way that you could, but you couldn't provoke them because you thought you could be bullies. And let me tell you something that's very carnal about IUIC, and that's why you're going to see them destroyed real soon. IUIC, they only trust in numbers. That's the proof you don't trust in God. You don't trust in the Lord at all. You trust in your numbers. You understand? Like, we got numbers too. Like, we can go find small camps of yours and move on them and all that. But we don't trust in numbers. We trust in being right with the Most High. That's right. If our brothers were wrong, I'd be the first one to call them out as wrong. That's right, when they called me with the report of this, the first thing I said to the generals was, what did we do wrong? And then I went and looked at the tape and found out we were not wrong. Officer Malak did what any sensible officer would do faced with the danger that IUIC created, that IUIC perpetrated, that IUIC initiated. Anybody faced with that would do exactly the same thing. And it's biblical what the brothers did. And we about to see it right now. You gay ass cats, man, you are a horrible organization, first of all. You are a horrible, horrible, disgusting organization. And I'm going to go through Nate's history. Like, you got to go through a man's pedigree to know and understand whether or not he's a man of God. And Nate is nothing but a slime ball sodomite and has always been, and it's going to be, and we're going to explain that today. But before we do anything, for all the brothers and sisters, let me present you the proof that this brother did what he was supposed to do, and that IUIC provoked this, not us. This was not our provocation. If it was, I would have stopped it. But even before that, let me just say this. When IUIC came out against two brothers in Nashville, again, thinking they had numbers, came across the street trying to intimidate and threaten brothers. Some brothers stood up against them. Big shout out to the brothers in Nashville. Who was out there? Thawara was out there. Thawara, big shout out, Officer Thawara. Nashak was out there as well. Big shout out to Nashak. Young man, courageous as hell. Now, IUIC did the right thing. They came back the next week. They came out, they set up across the street, and they openly said on the mic, we giving y'all the corner. Or we ain't gonna, they walked off on it, which was the right thing to do. Now, I'm gonna tell you the right thing to do that we did. Again, I'm gonna go back to Queens. In Queens, we thought the corner was unoccupied by them. We went out to Queens and we set up out there and was blazing up the corner. Right or wrong? When we saw that they were out there, we said we let it go. But you faggots never stop being evil. Salakia. You LGBTQ purple sodomites. You don't never stop your evil lasciviousness, man. It never stops with you. Okay? Y'all know this was our corner and still is our corner. You know we've been coming out here. You have never come out on this corner in front of this library, ever. Ever. There's no tapes of IUIC coming out on, is there? Am I lying? There's no tapes. We got tapes, and I'm going to play them tonight, all the way from 2018 of us coming out on that corner. You never came out on that corner. But last week, the week before, you went out there on that corner, and you saw us see you on that corner. So you packed up and left. But then you made a phone call to call some out-of-town brothers because you thought you was going to come strong on the corner the following week. You were wrong.
That's right.
You were dead wrong.
That's right, sir.
And you're going to pay for this shit here.
That's right.
You're going to pay dearly for this.
Damn
This
right.
is probably the beginning of the end of your whole gay organization. And you know it too. So let me go to the tape. Let's start there. Bring me up the tape. And let me see it up on the screen and bring it up in slow motion so I can go through this tape because everybody should know, especially for those of us in the ISUPK. And let me tell you this, big shout out to all the captains and officers in the ISUPK because everybody in the ISUPK, their first question was we right or wrong? That's what was beautiful. The generals, everybody asked the question, sir, was we right or wrong? They wanted to know what was right. I looked at it. We was dead right. And I'm going to show it to you right now. We was dead right on how we handled this situation. And IUIC was dead wrong. And keep trusting in numbers because that's what destroyed the Jesus Christ Church when they came up against us. That's what destroyed the House of David when they came up against us back in the 80s. That's what destroyed everybody that came up against us. You trust in your carnality. You carnal as hell. Now, here's the tape. Give it to me in slow motion, big on the screen, Marab. We don't need to see us, Marab. You could just go to the tape. Can you go to it without showing us? You don't got to, show us the tape. Now, check out this tape, y'all. Press play. Now, look. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, they come in to close their speakers, right? Which I'm going to get to the fact that they put the speakers in the camp. Them speakers, can you get back? Can you get me back? All right. They going to close this. Just stick with me for a second. They going to close the speakers. Now you see they already tilted the speakers down. He is right on the edge of the camp. Right there. You can't get no closer to us than being inside the camp where that purple cat is at right now. Now go ahead a little bit. Now look where Malak is. Malak is in the red t-shirt on the other side of the camp. He is not bothering this cat. He is not interfering. They packing up because Malak, the Golgabar, already cut the hell out of them in the word of the Most High. Big shout out to Captain Golgabar. That's a bad nigga right there. That's the St. Louis killer. Oh, man. Listen, I'm ready to put that picture of him up on the wall where the cop got him in handcuffs. I'm jealous. Golgabar, I'm jealous, man. Now Malak is on the other side of the camp. Look where the IUIC cat is at. Now, mind you, when I show you the full shot of both camps, You're going to ask yourself, why is that speaker all the way over there when the camp is all the way on the other side? Because this is what they were doing to provoke us. And the brothers still did nothing all day. All day. And not only that, they took a cordless microphone and walked around to the front of the camp and through the cordless microphone tried to blaze on the Gargabar while they was blazing through their speakers, which were pointed inside the camp, while he's standing dead in front of him with a microphone. And the Gargabar just blazed his ass on down, which I don't know how you defend that homo you got up there in charge anyway. I don't know how you defend that homo. And all the homosexual allegations, all the child molestation going on in there and the people bringing it out. I don't know how you even do that. But anyway, they tried. And the Gargabar cut the hell out of them. But now look how close he is, because I'm going to it now. Now let's take me on inside. Let's go a little further. Now here he is. He is reaching. Look how far he's in the camp. Stop. Freeze that, please. Look how far he is. He's inside the camp. Look at the signs. Look at him. Look at the chair. He is inside the camp already. When the Gargabar saw him, every Israelite in the Israelite world knows you do not put your hands on another camp's equipment. Everybody knows that. You will never tell me you found an ISUPK officer ever putting their hands on another camp's equipment. Everybody knows you don't touch another man's business. But here's the problem with IUIC. They trust in numbers and not the Lord. And that's why they're going to be destroyed. Because they are carnal and useless gay men and cops. Okay? Which I'm going to give you the history, the real full history on Nate. I'm going to give you the full history on this cat. Once again, nobody can lie on me and on the history. Because I was there. Not only was I there, I carried the rank to know. You understand? I was in the know. It wasn't like I was just there. I was there and I was in the know. You understand? I lived next door to the chief head priest. Okay? I knew everything that went on in the ISUPK. So I'm going to give you Nate's real history. He is a complete slime ball. He is a complete, foul, disgusting human being. And if you knew what I knew, you'd get the hell out of that or away from them cats, because them young brothers that's up in there that don't know better, they being used like you can't even explain. This is an old tactic from the days of the Muslims, this thing they're using. But I'll tell you about that as we go further. Now look at where he's at. He's inside the camp. He's moving the chair. Now understand something. He is between the chair and the speaker already. Can you make that any bigger for us in here? Yeah. I don't want to fuzzy it up for the people that's watching. But if you can make it a little bigger for us, I'd appreciate it, just so I can see it from all the way back here. Let me tell you something. Okay, that's fine. He's already between their speaker and the chair. There was no need for him to touch our equipment. And not only that, he could have simply motioned to the brother, yo, can you just grab the chair? We're just going to get this out of here. But they so proud they got the numbers that day. So it's like, why had they ain't got to ask, or they ain't got to respect us. And that's something, let me tell you something. That's something that Nate and gay people love. And that is when they have numbers, they feel like based on those numbers, you got to respect them. Like that's how they be when they roll up on them churches. That's why they was shocked when them bitches beat their ass that day. Them broads beat their ass that day because they was believing because we got numbers, we must, everybody must respect us. And that's how gay men think. Real men know better. Real men have dignity and self-respect. You understand? Real men are not bullies or attempted bullies. These are those type of men. These are men that were never tough when they was young. They was in church. Their grandmama beat the spirit out of them. They in all type of deviousness because of their oppressed spirit. You understand? They never did nothing. The most they might have did is played high school football. That's the most. And they wasn't first string on that. You understand? They never really had the chance to be men. And so now, either they become a cop, which a lot of cops are men that were cowards before they became cops. You understand? And a lot of them are men that now this in their mind is their opportunity. Marab, please keep me up. You know what I mean? These are, just stick with me for a little bit. These are men that did not have the ability to stand up and be men. So what did they have to do? They had to join these purple cats and wait for numbers. This only happens when they got numbers. They went to mess with Barack only when they had numbers that day. Like, this is how this happened. Like, that you ain't gonna never have a one-on-one real conversation with them. You understand? No, you wrong. No, you wrong. You wrong because it is. No, brother, you wrong. You'll never have that conversation with them because cowards don't have real man conversations. Cowards have coward conversations. Like, cowards do that. Move their speaker into your camp. And no, do it in a real slime ball way. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to get the speaker, but in a slime ball way, he go in there and move your chair. He know, coming to you, he know that's a no-no in all camps. I'll put money. I will bet $1,000 right now to anybody that was in IUIC that would be honest and say that before they went out to camp, I guarantee you they was told, don't touch none of their stuff. I guarantee you, whoever was in charge told them, don't touch none of their stuff. But this is a slime ball piece of shit. Excuse my friend. That's who this is. And the camp is over. The Golgotha ripped them to the ground. And this cat can't take it. He can't take the loss. He can't win in the spirit. He got to win by numbers. We got numbers too. We hope to never win by numbers. I told Muhammad when he told me to report, I said, you know what the mistake was? I said, I should have sent him out with 2 and not 4. 4 was the problem. I sent him out with 4. I scared the bitch out of the purple nigga. Yeah, scared the hell out of them. Like ripped them on the mic, tore them up in their history. And of course, it was too much. So they had to go violate. Every man, every Hebrew Israelite that's ever been to any camp, I don't care if it was a fake camp, any camp knows to never touch another man's stuff. Now you done got out of bounds. And give me the scripture in Deuteronomy about touching another man's border.
If I could, sir. Anytime you're ready to send 2, send me.
Salah.
I'm the second, sir.
You ready.
I'm the second.
The problem is I can't send y'all because I know my rules gonna get broken. Y'all the last ones. I ain't never sending y'all. Listen, y'all time is over. You standing here with me because I know what y'all looking for.
I got my flight ready. My flight is ready, sir.
I know what y'all looking for. I ain't never sending y'all. Because I know already what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean?
Do it tonight.
I'll be coming up with
be merciful, son.
All that. You know what
Be
I'm saying?
merciful, son.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let me take a card out there. Come on, the card. Nah, you think he here for anything?
Right.
He here for a reason.
Right.
He here to get sent. Him and one man.
God.
Yeah, and that's why he here tonight.
Salakia. Thank the Lord, everybody know they better follow my orders.
That's that saving grace, sir.
God, you know what I'm saying?
If I can, like you bring it out, just to pick that up, what you're saying, he could have pulled that speaker back a couple feet and then folded it.
I'm gonna go further. They pull the speaker back as he's talking to him. Before it even jumps off, he already was pulling the speaker back. There was no need for this. This violation was no need. And worse than that, there was no need for this to happen simply because that speaker is way away from their camp. That speaker is 15 feet from their camp. And you'll see it when they give the wide shot. It's not even in their camp. That was clearly a provocation. And then when the brother come to get the speaker, he got to come in the camp. He got to put his hands on our stuff and come inside the camp. Malak was on the other side of the camp. He didn't have to even move until that brother put his hands on our stuff and didn't say a word because, of course, since you had numbers that day, you didn't have to explain what the fuck you was doing. You was the big bad purple boys. So you just move people's shit anytime you feel like it. You're going to get that every time you move our stuff. You understand? And make no mistake, we can put numbers together too. Right, you're not the only one that could put numbers together. Right. Like, it was such a coward move. First of all, once again, we not you. I'm going to get to the tape in a second. Our men, we make them stand up and go out there. The men that you already had out there that came out the week before setting up on our corner, if they really wanted to get on our corner, you should have just sent them out there. Because guess what? Nothing would have happened. You know why? Because our brothers would have cut them just the way they cut 30 men. They'd have cut 4 men the way they cut 30 men. They'd have cut them the same way in the spirit and wiped out every bit of that fake philosophy y'all follow. And it would have been a wonderful day. It'd have been 2 camps out there, a lot of commotion, people coming out. It would have been amazing. And they would have cut the hell out of your camp. You understand? But your men are allowed to be cowards. They're allowed to call somebody up and say, they out there. We want to get on that corner, but they out there. And so then you send some cops in from out of town. You call up some cops from Kansas City. We done found out about the undercover cops. I mean, the undercover cops and the off-duty cops in uniform. You already had them set up around the corner. You already did all that because you already knew you was going to create a provocation. We never attack people. That is not our way. We never want to win physically when we could win spiritually. But you are cowards. And that is why you had to call in reinforcements like you were tough. You understand? Us, we like the disciples of Christ. We'll take the ass women and still wipe your whole religion out. And your IUIC religion is so gay that it is on its way down. The people leaving out of there, the Hamites, listen, all that Hamite love, them Hamites turned on them, man, and set up their own schools out there. All that Hamite love. You notice you don't hear them talking about them Hamites too much, right? Them Hamites gave them they funky, bone-eating ass, okay, to them IUIC members because they was over there trying to save them. You understand? It's easy to crush their philosophy. We don't need to fight you. You understand? We don't need to. I'm trying to get brothers to get up in the work, not fight with gay men. You know what I'm saying? Not fight with gay sissies. You can break that down in the scriptures. Ain't nobody trying to do that. Again, I say it a third time. The brother in the red t-shirt, Malak, Officer Malak, was on the other side of the camp. He only came over there because you put your hands on another man's property, man. You piece of gay punk shit. That's why he came over there, because you was such a punk. You put your hands on their property, and you knew good and well you was wrong. Give me a little more. Let me go. Now, listen, this is what I want you to see before you even move it. Please watch the speaker as it starts to be closed. Go ahead. Boom. Now, who pushed who? This the part don't get explained. Malak grabbed the chair to move the chair out the way. They pushed him. He didn't push them. The brother on the other side of the one that grabbed the chair, he couldn't tell because the one was grabbing the chair. The one that was on this side of him, he couldn't tell why Malak was coming up. Malak came up and grabbed the chair back because the one that you see on this side was reaching for moving the chair. So Malak reached out and grabbed the chair. This cat didn't see Malak. Why Malak was doing it. He didn't know the guy next to him was a slimy bastard who was putting his hands on our equipment. So he pushed Malak back. And that's how the melee started. Now, can you give me an angle? I'm gonna go play it again. Let's play it again. Back up and play the whole thing again. So everybody could see it. And this ain't the best one. You got another angle of this? There's another angle, man, that comes in a little bit tighter. Yeah, it's a little more to the one side where you could see the speaker everything a lot clearer. See if you can find that one. But go ahead, play this one. Is this our camera or somebody else's? Is this somebody else's? Okay, go ahead. See him? He's reaching for the chair. He's sliding the chair. Malak is stopping him from, Malak didn't come up and push him. Malak didn't punch him in the face. Malak comes up bent over. Why is he bent over? To stop him from taking the chair. And my question is real simple. For all you IUIC gay ass niggas, maybe I don't understand. What would you do if one of our men came and just picked up something in your camp? Oh, I really wonder what you would do. Would you just be like, oh, let it go? Because you certainly wanted us to let it go. And the reason you expected us to let it go was because you had more numbers than us that day. That's why you expected us to let it go. But you don't understand. You're not us.
That's right.
You are fake, and we are not.
Right.
You throw away the Hebrew language.
Right.
We do not.
Right.
You throw away God's name. We do not.
Right.
You change your name to Israel. We do not. Yasha Allah is our name.
That's right.
That's what we do. We stick to the Lord's word. You throw it away. You throw it away in exchange for Christianity. That's what you do. Nowhere in the Bible did God say that every man should wear purple. Purple was supposed to be for the royalty, and it was part of a mixture of colors. It was part of other colors, as with red and blue and other colors that were in royal garments or high priest garments. You stick with me, Morel. Like you turn around and you put everybody up in purple as though you doing something special. Okay, this is wicked as hell. You know what? This is good from this angle, I think. Take me back one more time, because I want everybody to know and understand the evidence of what these faggots did. And then I'm going to give you the why they did it, and then I'm going to give you the history of this horrible homosexual that is running that organization, who's a cop, and he's still working for a clandestine police organization right now. I'm going to break it all down for you. Like this is like you know what's sad about this? You want to know what's sad about this? Go on the internet and look up the ICGJC members now. Go look them cats up. Them brothers and sisters up that was following Tazadaki. Them brothers and sisters is all brokenhearted. Am I wrong? They had 2 suicides since he died, right or wrong? They had 2 suicides before he died. Like they done had 4 suicides in that organization. You understand? Cats were made homeless because they gave double and triple tithes to Tazadaki and them. And brother, the Lord killed that piece of shit because of what he was doing in Israel. You know what the sad part about what you see going on in IUIC? Mark my words, you'll know if I'm a prophet or not. At the end of all of this, when the Lord destroyed these gay niggas, these gay cops, you're going to see how broken the few brothers in there that's real, that's been sincere and believe that garbage was real. Watch, they're going to make tapes. They're going to make tapes of how broken they are, their family destroyed, this, that, and the other. One sister already made a tape about it. And the stories, wait till the child molestation story come out. Wait till all of that nonsense comes out. Non-disclosure agreement. Let me tell you something, Mark. I mainly say this is just out of love for you, those of you that's in that IUIC. I want you to think about something for a minute with your dumb ass. You heard brothers on the street and you thought it was the truth. And you thought you would join up because it was a chance for you to stand up and speak the truth, right? You joined the organization and the first thing they did was make you sign a form saying you can't talk. Wow. I have to explain that. Meaning a non-disclosure agreement means you cannot discuss what is going on inside their organization. Now, let me ask you a question. Why does somebody make you sign a legal document that says you cannot discuss what goes on in here? Why would somebody do that, Bazaar? What would be the point of it? Thank you. I was trying to get him the mic. Exactly. They make you sign a non-disclosure agreement so that you cannot talk about the wicked things that you're going to see going on in there. Why would you sign that? Why would I sign that if I'm coming to God to speak the truth? Why would I sign that? Why would I sign a paper that says I can't talk about what's going on in here, but I came here to talk about the truth? Come on.
That's something to understand.
Do
you understand the Commander General Yohana is saying that every member of the IUIC is compelled to sign a non-disclosure agreement for membership in their school. And of course, those members sent us the agreement and we have it.
And let me tell you something. That agreement is so that when you catch them molesting your children, when you catch them doing the horrible things like that old drug addict criminal that he got sitting up there next to him. What's his name? That old disgusting, you know what I mean? That old black lip drug addict.
Deviant.
Yeah, a real sexual deviant, a thief, a con man. And isn't he the same piece of garbage that said something that the sister should be spit in the face? Like, how you gonna be a convicted criminal, a gay man? And this is why Nate can't get rid of him. Nate can't never get rid of him.
No,
because he got the pictures of Nate, which we're gonna talk about them pictures too. Like, listen, I've had phones. I'm mess up things on my phone all the time, and I've had a phone for 20 years. I've never had a picture of a penis on my phone. I don't know. Les Lone sent it to somebody. And I be sending wild shit to my wife. And she got the tapes on my ass.
You can't never leave.
Yeah, man.
There ain't nobody else being.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell did somebody else's penis end up in the hands of captains and officers? Because he is gay. And he is gay, and that's why the NYPD used him the way they used him. They used him the way they used him. I'm going to show it all to you. This is a horrible, horrible fake Israelite group. And they financed by police departments. That's why they still around. They financed by police departments. The three or four cats that's really in that what city, Kansas City school, those are the real brothers. The ones that came up for the event that put hands on the brothers, those are cops from other cities. Yeah. And cops that were undercover and cops that were off duty. We got the tapes on it. We're going to bring it out. That's who they were. And they went up in there and moved on our brothers, thinking that we would be intimidated because you got numbers. That is the worst thing you could ever do to us, to make us think that we got to give up God because you got numbers. Please, you are a fool to think that. But let's go back. Let me get the tape out the way. Let's go back one more time. I'm going to look at it from this side, if y'all don't mind. I'm going to tell you to stop at a certain point, Mariah, so please bear with me. Play the tape. Now, once again, stop right there before you even go any further. We over there in our camp. You can't even see them from our camp. You cannot even see them until they come up to that speaker that they put inside the camp, which the brothers let them put damn near up against the camp, even though it was already a sign of disrespect. Now, here he comes. Back up one more time, Marat. Back up just a little bit. Brothers, please look at the speaker that's going to come into view with the purple cat. Play. Look at the speaker. Did you see it tilt? Did you see the speaker tilt? Keep going. Did you see it tilt again? Pause, pause, pause. Where's the speaker at? It's already halfway closed. It's halfway closed right now. Now you're going to see him start to pull the speaker back. There was no reason for them to disrespect us like that. He's already pushing into the camp with the speaker. And he was doing this on purpose. This is a clear provocation and a clear disrespect to our boundaries in a camp. You understand? This was clearly that event. Yeah. This wasn't them defending themselves. This was them being lost in the pride that they had more numbers than us that day. You understand? Because you are cowards. Yeah. Because you are cowards led by a gay man. A real sissy is who you led by. A vile sissy. You understand? And just like a sissy, he's slimy and sneaky and got spies and non-disclosure agreements. He's full of slimy gayness. He a real in the closet gay boy. And you looking at him like he's special. I'm coming to you. Keep going. Play it on. The speaker is closing. It's closing. Go ahead. Now he reaches for the chair. He's already stepped into the camp. Now he's reaching for the chair. The brother come up, stop. The brother didn't come up and confront him. He went to pull the chair back, which the brother should have never touched. And if he was a man of any integrity, the minute the brother went to grab the chair, he would have threw his hands back like this here. He'd have threw it back like, oh, my bad. That's what cats do in the street. But you don't do it because when you got numbers, you think you could be a nasty faggot. You see how a faggot is arrogant when he's in power? If you got a job and that your supervisor's a gay boy, you in hell because he's swagging and flexing all over you. What's wrong with that report? He giving you gayness all day. So like, my gay this.
That's the truth.
You know, he giving you gay disrespect. That's what these brothers learn. And church boys learn how to be like a nasty woman. Yeah. Like an arrogant, nasty, head-shaking woman. That's what gets carried down to gay boys in church. And these church boys got the same spirit. Like a real man would have just been like, yo, my bad. A real man would have known not to touch his stuff. Yeah. A real man would have been like if you was in power and carried yourself with any self-respect, you'd have been like, you know, I need to move this speaker. Your mind, you know what I'm saying? But of course, you think you don't have to respect us. You know now you do, though. Yeah. You know now you got to respect us because we ain't taking your disrespect. And listen, and you got a track record of trying to disrespect people. You think you want us to live with the reputation that Barack got when you circled him up down there? Because you had all these men down there marching, and so you circled him up and tried to you think we're gonna live with that? No, we're not living with that, man. We're not living with that. We serve the Lord. No. We're not living with that. You're not gonna treat us like trash. No. Because you got numbers. You're gonna have to fight with them numbers. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to deal with them numbers. If you think you could be a bitchy faggot and disrespect people because you got numbers, I'm going to laugh at your demise. I'm going to laugh at your demise. Let me get some more. Y'all, I know I'm hogging, y'all. Bear with me. Let me finish it up. Keep on going. There he go. He's reaching now for the chair. After he reaches for the chair, he's pushing back because the other cat is pushing him. Yeah. Play it again. He sees the cat reaching for his property. He's going to stop him. And listen, as he stops him, the gay cat doesn't let go of the chair. That's what made him reach up, like back up. And everybody got on you can stop me right there. Everybody got on YouTube and said, that brother was wrong. He should have just let it go. He see that they had more numbers than y'all. He should have just let that go. That's exactly why he should not have let it go. Now, y'all would let it go, and that's why they able to punk you off. They probably punk so many people with these same tactics that so many of y'all fold underneath this garbage right here. You understand? When men of God don't fold under this. Yes, sir. Now, if I could, I want y'all to notice something right here. You see the speaker. You see them getting into the confrontation with us, right? Where's their camp at? Now, there's 30 of them out there. Where they at? You notice you don't see them, right? You know why you don't see them? Because the camp is all the way over here. That's why you don't see them. You don't see them because their camp is over there. They pushed that speaker all the way into our camp when their camp wasn't even that close. That in itself was a provocation. Like the Golgotha ball blazed on them with the speaker in their camp, and their camp is over here. They caused this. We didn't cause this. They caused this. They started this. They brought this on because they some wicked ass bastards. Like you could have set your speaker up right next to your camp. You had speakers twice as big as ours. What was the problem? You so gay. You so gay. You got speakers twice as big as ours. That ain't enough. You got to push them into our camp to make sure that you get the best opportunity to try to blaze on us, and you still got shut down. You still got blazed on and shut down because you got nothing to say because you're gay. Okay? You got nothing to say because your whole philosophy is homosexual. And they riddled with homosexuals. They riddled with child molesters. They riddle with that. That's why they need that. So their camp is all the way over there. Now, do we got any other angle that shows where their camp is really at? Just give me an angle that shows me where their camp is at. That's all I need. To show their camp in relation to ours. And everybody that's been on the street that taught in a camp can see the difference right here. Is that it? Say again. No, clip that one. Give me the one give me something that just shows the distance of their camp. That's all I need. And I'm gonna get up off of this. If not there.
No, it ain't the best thing. It's the same thing.
Okay, don't even sweat it then. Let me tell you something. We'll get the right angle. That's how this took place. This was a clear provocation from IUIC and an infringement from IUIC, and you put your hands on our equipment, which any camp member knows you don't put your hands on another man's camp equipment. And a lot of you out there, because these boys got church haircuts and purple shirts on, and they have a gay leader, you always side with them as though they are righteous and that we are the aggressors. We are the aggressor. Meanwhile, you ain't never heard of us touching another man's equipment. You ain't never even heard of it. We don't even touch somebody in the world's equipment.
That's right.
A vendor, a food cart. We don't touch nobody's stuff. But these cats believe, like gay people, they believe they got to have the holy boldness when they got numbers. And that's why they was all the way up in our camp, which was total. You see how big that corner was? It was completely unnecessary for them to be that far all the way up in our camp. But they had to provoke something. And we're not letting you just touch our equipment without it being a repercussion. You're not going to do that. And once again, that's what gay men do. You try to infringe with your numbers and infringe and infringe and infringe to the point of disrespect. That's your slimy, low-life way of trying to bully somebody. And then again, if I could, they took somebody with a cordless microphone, and the cat came right up in front of the camp and was speaking in front of our camp. Now, your camp is over here. Why did you have to leave your camp? Come to our camp and stand right in front of our camp. We don't even have to do that. And we crush you in the knowledge of the truth. But you had to do it once again because you were trying to bully us. You went and brought brothers in from out of town that were cops. You brought in undercover cops. You brought in off-duty cops. And you brought them all in prepared to do this disgusting, vile act. But you're going to face the repercussions of this act now by the hands of the Most High Power. You're going to deal with this thing. You understand? Because that you can't be allowed to just bully people. And once again, that's the proof God is not with the IUIC. Because you got to go to churches and you got to try circle them up with numbers, and you got to try and demand they stop teaching in their church. So gay. Are you going to go to a church piled up with brothers and try to scare them into giving up their belief? We'll show you Nathaniel, like gay men, feels confident with numbers. Feels good when he got numbers, when the Bible has always been the opposite. The Lord has always worked the opposite. A good warrior would send his men out in twos. I was wrong. I shouldn't have sent 4 out. I should have sent 2 out. Because they can fully prove themselves. Like, that's how you know what kind of men you dealing with. Them men out there, those was men. That old Gadal,
Israelite against Israelite.
Gabal, man, that was a man. You got another angle for me? Go ahead, man.
Yahushua, the disciples, that time they went to him and said, listen, these brothers, these guys out here teaching in your name, Lord, but they don't walk with us. They ain't in our school.
Right.
Your house, I said, leave them alone.
Exactly.
So that's understood. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We don't violate these guys. We see they peons.
Right.
They don't know what they're talking about. They babies out there trying to be us.
Right.
But we don't step into their camp or touch their equipment.
We ain't got to put speakers up right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to be gay. You know what I mean? We don't.
That's always been the code. You know
Exactly. That's always been the code. And we've been winning ever since because of it. You understand? While people running up out of that gayness. Go ahead, Haas. While you pull that angle back up for me, because I'm hoping you got that angle showing both them sides of the camera. And then I want to go into to this gay cop that's running y'all.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that out, gentlemen, because see, here's the thing: when you come to truth, you learn about it. Ain't about numbers of your strength, but that's a lesson that Nate did not learn. What he did was that crooked cop stuff he did.
Yeah,
he brought into this organization. You understand?
Yeah,
that's why what that brother did is what all crooked cops do to black men around the country. The same exact thing. He takes his authority
Israelite against Israelite.
And he overstepped the boundary. Overstepped the boundary all the time. You know what he doing? Black men. He don't do it with white men. He don't do it with Asians. He don't do it with no other race but brothers. You understand? They do it all the time. It's what crooked cops do. So it started from the top and worked his way down to who they are. That's why he did it. That's why he was so bold in doing it. Because if you look at the tape, that wasn't the original guy breaking down the speakers. It was somebody else. He came from the other side and said, I'm going to do this here. My big old bad, you're going to get out of my way. You're going to cow down to me. That's what crooked cops do all the time. Which is why a lot of things happen. You understand? Why people got problems with them. Why cats hate crooked cops. Why? What you see right here. Nate did not take the time. I mean, he came to the school to change his life. He ain't taking time to get up in there and say, you know what? I got to shed myself of the world.
Listen,
he didn't do that.
Nate never came into school to learn the truth. Nate came into school as an undercover cop. Now we're going to get to it. The man was an undercover. I'm going to bring, I was there. I'm trying to tell you. You're not going to lie. Listen, bring me up the picture. Mariah, if you got my angle, let me know. When you get it, let me know. In the meantime, bring me up the picture of the Wu-Tang Clan at the Passover with Nate in the background. I'm gonna show you Nate while he was working undercover.
And that bold, if I could piggyback off of while they getting the tape, if I could piggyback off of General Howard Young, that move, that simple move of being so close to us and putting the speaker up close to us, Negroes fear us. I'm sorry to say they fear. They think the ISUPK will slit their throat. For them to be so bold, General, is because they had those crooked cops in there.
Yes,
and they made a plan. It was a design plan. We're gonna violate them as close as we can, as much as we can. We got the numbers. We got the undercovers. We're gonna see. We're gonna do a test today. And they purposely did that because of the police.
Yes, they knew it was just a couple of brothers on that campsite. So they plotted and planned it out. They brought in cats from out of town, brought in a big speaker system, and it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough for them to set up next to us with the big speaker system and then go on and get it on. It would have been beautiful. They'd have got it on, we'd have got it on, and everybody would have saw we was on top. But that wasn't enough. Not for no gay man. That's not enough. Playing fair by the rules ain't enough. So he had to go violate and go beyond the pale to start something. You understand? To start something. But you got my angle? Or the Wu-Tang? Go, give me that back. Give me that back, what you got. Is that the same day? Yes, sir. Now, listen. Back up where the car is out the way right quick. And put it up for the people. And then give us the wide shot on this side. All right. Shoot, if you can get them full screen any kind of way, let me know. And then, but either way, freeze it up because I'm gonna show them. Any of that is good.
Show you, see where they can't way over on the other side.
Okay, was he able to show it? Can you back up? Can you back up a little bit? Listen. Now you talking. Now you are talking. No, leave it right there. Don't even move. Leave it right there. I want you to look at Malak. Everybody look at Malak on the podium in the back in the red. That's our camp. right? Now look to the right, past the little blue building. Do you see their signs? That's their camp. What is their speaker doing all the way over there in the corner? You understand? Like, that's a bastard. That's a gay man. That's a provocation. They camp is, listen, they camp is all the way on the other side. Listen, the ones in the purple are not in their camp. The ones in the purple are in front of us, which was still fine. They need to learn anyway to take that purple gay shit off. So that was fine. I was good with that. You understand? Look at the gap, Haas. Look at the gap. They camp is all the way on the other side from us. And look at us. But of course, they couldn't be men. They had to be gay. They had to be, sorry.
Can I just
please
back you up, sir? This tactic has been used by the government and police all the way back since Marcus Garvey. The technical term is agent provocateur.
Thank you.
And you can just go look that up. If we had Google here, I'd ask her. Agent provocateur. They provoke people to commit a crime.
That's
They're
it.
trying to provoke us to commit a crime. And it is how they got rid of Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam. Keep naming them.
And they're going to use you weak ass cats in IUIC in an attempt to stop us who they could never stop. But look at where they are. Look at where we are. It was perfect. To me, it was a perfect day. They was on that side. We on this side. We getting it on. They had bigger speakers. They ain't had to feel intimidated. They had bigger speakers. Let's see.
Let's get on. Let's do it.
Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is.
That's what men do.
Yes. You know what I mean? And the Golden Bar wiped the map with their ass. Listen, I'm listening to the tape. I hear the Golden Bar tearing their ass up. We was rocking their world, but it wasn't enough. They had to try something because nothing was stopping us. Go ahead, Al.
They were so shook. They came all the way to our side with a cordless mic.
Yes, that's them right
so
there. The cat with the hoodie on is one of them. He is all the way in front of the Golden Ball by the hydrant. The rest of them is lined up back there to make sure he don't get his ass whooped. So they already over there, and meanwhile, they camp all the way on the other side.
Just like
and the people are listening to us.
Yes, sir.
Not them.
Just like a cooking cop. So you know, like when you dealing with a cop,
yeah,
and he trying to do some illegal shit, and you
yeah,
catch him in that,
yeah,
and he get mad.
Yes.
Oh, you ain't gonna catch me. You gonna respect me? I'm the police. Yeah. Exactly what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
They couldn't deal with the brothers, but now was coming out. They was cutting to the core of the spirit.
That's
and they got mad about it, and they had to try to pull the one cardinal thing they had was being a cop. And that authority, I'm going to assert my authority over you. It's what cooking cops do all the time. I couldn't stand them fucking guys.
God, you were listening. Nobody know better than you.
Oh, man, I'm trying to catch
you know about it. You done been on both sides. You know exactly what it is.
Tell them one cut.
And listen, there's no reason with the amount of speaker power that they had, there's no reason to push it right up against the camp. They could have had halfway. Look at the gap. They could have put it right into the gap, blazing at us. They had to put it right on the border of the camp and then put their hands on our equipment. Like, how much more did we have to accept? And according to them, because they had numbers, we should have accepted all of that. Right. We should have ate all of that. Oh no, you purple gay boys. That old homo thing y'all do is never gonna fly. It's never, ever, ever gonna fly.
Yes, sir.
Because this is clear proof. Thank God for Officer Malak, man. Congratulations, Ak and Kawada, Officer Malak, Kawada to all of the KC for having the courage, man, to be right in what they do, to be right in camp. You outnumbered, have camp. You understand? They got bigger speakers, have camp. Right. Follow them camp rules. Right, you understand? They out there blazing, so what? You blaze back. Right, you understand? They want to battle over knowledge. Let's battle over knowledge.
That's right.
But you punks couldn't do that.
Nope.
You was outnumbering us. It ain't like Malak was saying, well, there's only 4 of us. Let's go kick they 30 behind. He didn't do that. Why would he attack them? It's 30 of you and it's 4 of them. Like, he ain't stupid. He sees you. He's outnumbered by you, but you disrespected us by putting your hands on our equipment, especially when you had no reason to. There was no reason for this to happen. There was no reason for this to happen. But this is your culture. This is what you tried to do in Nashville when you walked up on Thabarah now. This is your culture. This is what you did when you walked up on Barack now. This is your culture. This is what you did when you circled them churches. This is your culture. Your culture is using numbers to attempt to bully somebody. You don't believe in God. That's the proof you're a fake Israelite group, because you don't believe in God. Otherwise, you'd be battling with the word of God. You wanted to battle with intimidation. You want to battle with big speakers. You think we can't buy big speakers? Nigga, we'll set up a speaker 10 feet high out there if we want to. Yeah, but guess what? We don't need it for you. We damn sure don't need it for you. The Golga Ball had a little speaker and wiped the mat with your asses.
It's the law.
You know what I mean? Right. You right. No speaker. Yeah. You understand? And went and put their thing down. But I needed everybody. I'm gonna get up off it. But I needed everybody to see that we was not wrong in this. Those of you who watch this and think we were wrong are those of you that think we should have cowered for peace sake. Those of you that think, well, you outnumbered. You got to let them have it. That's not the UPK way. That has never been our way. We ain't never gonna be that way. You understand? That's not the way a man that believes in the Lord, that is really trying to be righteous and walk those laws, statutes of the Lord are. If IUIC was being righteous, they'd be apologizing for putting their hands on our equipment and causing that event. But I ain't waiting on no apology from them. You understand? The Most High Christ is going to deal with this nonsense. Okay? Like later for that. You cats are disgusting. You disgusting, and you very good at making yourselves look like the righteous. They very good at seeing, like, we got attacked. He attacked us. You in our fucking camp. They attacked us. You putting your hands on our equipment. We had to defend ourselves. They attacked us. You was the aggressor. You was the aggressor. And that brother had to move on your dumb asses because you was going to be more disrespectful. You was going to move that chair and come into camp. You was going to do much, much more. You was going to do everything you can to disrespect us. Meanwhile, look how far you was from the camp. Like, you see where that cluster is in the middle? They right on the other side. Of them 3 brothers that's right there that you can see, them 3 or 4 in the purple you can see, they're on the other side of them. Look at the gap between our camp and their camp. There was no need to even talk to each other.
Right.
There's enough room there to not even have a conversation with us. They could have got it on their mic. We got it on ours, and that would have been that. But you are such punks. You are such punks. The fact that you brought your man around with a cordless mic to come all the way around to our camp shows you trying to provoke us. You ain't trying to battle us. You trying to provoke us. You already know we ain't backing down. You already know we vicious on that mic. You already know that. Just why you had to do that. You came to try to bully us because you are punks, man. Go ahead, Akkad. You was going to say something? Give him the mic.
Came with the thing. At some point in the tape, they came with a cooler. And now that you see with this angle, like he trying to take their cooler to their men. Now that you see it at this angle, why is he bringing the cooler behind us when all of their men is over there?
Right.
Like, why is he even coming over here with the cooler behind them for our men to say back up?
Right.
But all of their men is over there. Like, why is he ain't taking his cooler directly on that side?
He gonna take it behind our camp.
Why is he taking his cooler behind us to go around us?
That's police tactics.
Yeah.
Police tactics.
Yeah, that's popo tactics.
Psyops.
Yeah, exactly.
Psyop. Listen, They tried the same thing in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
America, the U.S. government tried the same exact tactic with their speakers on them helicopters, them Iuics, flying over Vietnam, playing different music, dropping leaflets as a psyop tactic against the North Vietnamese. Did it work? It did not work. Right? You understand? It didn't work. What do you think gonna happen when you come against the men of the Lord? Do you really think that psyop program gonna work against us? Like how Commander General Holland said, we weren't gonna back down, but we weren't gonna run from that. We was gonna deal with that. That's a classic military strategy, which comes from once again from their leader. He brought all that down to men. He left all of it in NYPD and brought it down to his men instead of getting in there and trying to change their life. You understand? He wanted to go ahead and still keep that same thing. That was a psyop classic tactic. Tactical.
And they want to come up against us so bad because we crushing them.
Yeah.
Like them Hamites and them is running up out that damn gayness. All his gayness is coming out. All the lasciviousness they doing. That old criminal he got sitting up there next to him. All that's coming out. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you something.
Go back to the photo.
Huh? Go back and bring me up full screen and bring it up for brothers and sisters watching. Once again, I was there back then. Okay. Now we had cops and corrections officers in the ISUPK just like we do right now. We got cops and correction officers that join the ISUPK, and there's no big deal. But this cat here, back then, can you get it? Look at him right there. This cat here is on guard, right? You see him in the red? That's Nate in the red, for those of you that may not know. That cat standing back there on the right in the red with the black belt behind the heads, that's Nate. Nate is on guard behind the heads, the chief head priest of the school. That's the Wu-Tang clan up there. That's Shariala, the RZA. That's the Wu-Tang clan coming up there, you know, showing brotherhood with the brothers, right? Those are the chief head priests at the table. That's Ariel with the red scarf. That's Yeshaya on our side with the green on his head. Marsha, I'm sorry, that's Yeshaya in the middle. That's Marsha with the green mitre on. Look where Nate is at. He's on guard behind them. Now, you think for a minute, if they knew that Nate was a cop, a New York City cop, do you believe the heads would have had Nate on guard right behind them? Hell no. Nate was undercover right here. That's what nobody don't know. This nigga was undercover. We didn't know he was a cop. You know when we found out Nate was a cop? We found out Nate was a cop when the lawsuit came out because he was locking up so many brothers in New York. He was locking brothers up in New York, and he locked 2 brothers up whose family had money. These brothers was locked up for a year in jail, fighting this case. Nate knew they were innocent. How did Nate know? The car for the cats that committed the crime was a silver vehicle with a sunroof top. Nate had all the evidence and photographs. The 2 brothers that was locked up in jail had a silver car with no sunroof. And their lawyers were saying, look, these are not the cats. It's not even the same car. Nate, who was in robbery at the time, as a detective, would not cut him loose, would not drop the case. Them brothers spent a year in jail and almost faced 10 years in prison because of this bastard. And this bastard turned around and finally, like their lawyer had to fight tooth and nail in court to beat the case because Nate would not drop it, knowing that they was innocent. Nate has always been a slimy bastard that hates black people. He hates poor, struggling, ghetto, on drugs black people. This is a cop. This is a real love the white man cop. And so this cat here, finally he got exposed because the lawyer exposed him. Once the lawyer exposed him, the police department had to get rid of him because they couldn't have him with all that baggage underneath him. So you know what they did? They put him in uniform. Now, he was a detective. They put him in uniform and sent him down to Times Square. Why would you do that with a detective? They had to let everybody know that this cat was a cop. And that's when everybody started like, he was running into people and he was doing something slimy. That was so slimy. He was going up to brothers in Israelite groups in uniform and stopping them. He would find out where they're getting off the train at, where they went to school at, and he would go up to them in uniform. Hey, brother, I want to talk to you for a second. Now, he a cop in uniform. He come up to you. It ain't like you can't say, yo, fuck you, excuse me, I'm leaving. You got to be like, what do you want, officer? And then he like, yeah, I know you be up in the school, blah, 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 blah. And was intimidating the hell out of them brothers while he was in that uniform. He was mad as shit being in that uniform. And he pulled a couple of them brothers into it. One brother got in that group and disappeared for weeks. And that brother's family started calling everybody looking for their son. And when they finally got hold of their son, he was an emotional wreck. I don't know if they raped him in there or what the hell they molested him or what they did to him in that IUIC. But that brother was destroyed after that. Okay? And right now, and you could call Captain Tazaryak and ask if I'm lying. That brother calls Captain Tazaryak right now and asks Captain Tazaryak, can he give him some counsel? Can he call him every now and then? Because you know he got a story to tell that he does not want to tell. Like this cat here is a slimy bastard. And that's how he was operating with them tactics. Now, here's what they did. The cops ain't stupid. They smart. They see that they outed him. They see he's in uniform now. He in Times Square. Everybody knows he's a cop. They said, perfect. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a new organization. You're going to join that organization and you're going to retire as a police officer. But you're still going to be working for us. But it'll be like you retired from being a cop. Welcome to IUIC. Woo. Welcome to IUIC. New York City Police Department. You understand? They set up their own. That's why you see we were so adamant. I never brought this out before. But you see, I was adamant. Don't nobody mess with IUIC. Leave them niggas alone. They fake Israelites. But I didn't bring their full dirt out about this cat because it wasn't important. They not that important. Not to us. They only on our radar when they do some stupid shit like this. But other than that, they really not that important because what we do for the Lord is going to change everything. You understand? What we do for black people, Latino people, and Native Indian people, hold that picture. Give me a picture of the Gabar in the handcuffs, please. Just briefly. Pull him up and show me. Let me see this superhero. Let me see his face. Let me see the Gabar.
He's a gangster.
I want to see this gangster face. I cannot wait. Let me see this picture. You understand? Let me see this picture. Like, this is how the NYPD plays. And I don't like to tell y'all that because I don't want y'all scared like, oh, they doing COINTELPRO and I know y'all don't give a shit. Yeah, look, they laughed at me. I was like, shit, we don't care about none of that. But
I know the agent provocateurs, and I still want to get it on.
I
know they provoking me, and I still want to do it.
Yes.
Now,
We want to be provoked.
provoke me, and let's get it on. Now what?
You understand? Like, if you need a minute, then bring me back to this until you're ready to switch. So he was working undercover in the school. They outed him after the whole operation they ran to try to destroy the school. They thought they didn't need him anymore because they thought they destroyed the school. They had believed they destroyed the school. And then what happened? They saw the school came back and they said, oh man, we got to do something. So this time they set him up. Now that's one. He's helping the cop arrest him. And by the way, none of the brothers got arrested. As soon as they walked away, the cops unhandcuffed all the brothers. Okay? Because those cops were out there with them. Okay? They were with them, but that's not the one I want. I want the one where she walking away with him. He this gangster. I want that old 1960s, you know what I'm saying? That old Black Panther, freedom fighter, you know what I'm saying? Give me that one if you can find it. But right. But that was, and give me the picture of Nathaniel in uniform. Like this cat out is a disgusting gay man. I'm gonna show you the whole gay side in a second. And these fools follow him. Ton of them are cops. Ton of them from all over the country. Like cops is attracted to that the same way cops is attracted to the Proud Boys. See how cops be joining the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers? Black cops are attracted. Black cops that hate black people are attracted to them. Like, here's a place they can go in there. Listen, you can wear your cop. You can have a bald head like a cop. You understand? Like Haas had to give up the square haircut. Haas got braids now. You understand?
And so remember when the Trayvon
Martin, yes.
Trayvon Martin story came out, the
Give me the
IUIC in specific said that Trayvon Martin was wrong because that white man told him to stop.
Muhammad, let's play the tape, please.
I don't want
Salakia, can you
Why
get,
you no listen to that white man? He said it.
We're gonna play the tape. Can we play the tape?
If the white man say stop, you got to stop.
Right. Like, this is the spirit that's in this place. So that's how you ended up with the IUIC. And what you're watching now is you're watching exactly what Jim Jones did to the Nation of Islam. A lot of you don't know about this history, but you don't learn about it tonight. What you don't know is that Jim Jones was created by the CIA using the Los Angeles Police Department. Look it up. Jim Jones was actually an agent whose mission was to create the People's Church. Now, he created the People's Church for one simple reason: to come up against the Nation of Islam. He had to create a church that was multi-denominational and that allowed all kinds of people to get in it. And then he took that church and he provoked the Nation of Islam. He came up against them and provoked them and battled them, which was his job. And then, of course, once they had destroyed the Nation of Islam to a certain point, they didn't need him no more. He decided he wanted to continue what he was doing. And that's when he took all the brothers and sisters to Guyana, was getting high down there, and made everybody drink the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones wasn't just some nut preacher that came out of nowhere in California. The CIA created him. And they used the Los Angeles Police Department to do it. It's in the records. You can pull it up. Guess what? The NYPD created Nate. And they're using IUIC to put a measure on all Hebrew Israelite groups. And listen, and you can check all them groups. All of them can tell you that them IUIC members done tried to bully them. They all will tell you that. Every last one of them will tell you. You wonder where them cats at? Where them other groups at? That's why you don't see them. Because these slimy cops are in there undercover doing dirty stuff to them, but acting like we innocent. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. I mean, we could have hurt them brothers. We could have hurt you too. You know what I'm saying? They know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what the hell they doing because they're cops. This is their job. They don't care about the Most High. That's why he gets rid of everything, anything that creates a controversy for him, that brings attention to him, he'll get rid of it. If there's a conflict over the Most High's name, he'll get rid of it. Say, hey, we don't know the Most High's name. If there's conflict over the Hebrew, he get rid of it. There you go. Let him pull that picture up. There you go. Look at the officer, sergeant.
That's a good one.
Bring the sergeant up. Let everybody see him. This is when they kicked him down to Times Square. That's it. That's when they kicked him down to Times Square. That was in his earlier years, before he got into the real agency. Look at him right there.
You can tell him because he got a beard. You know what I mean? Most times when you work.
Wait. Slack, scroll up. Stop. Filed under police misconduct, false arrest. New York City. Sorry to cut you off, Haas. Crooked. Police misconduct, false arrest, New York.
General, if I could.
This is a slimy bastard. Go ahead.
That misconduct says something because, okay, misconduct is something you're doing that's against the morals and the legal fiber of being an officer, right? But it's what you see in their members, which is why that guy did what he did with the chair. That was police misconduct.
That's it.
They knew what they was doing.
Exactly.
You understand? All that provocation, or I'm saying the word wrong.
Agent provocateur.
The agent provocateurs were committing police misconduct against our brothers. Exactly what they was doing. And why do they do it? They come from the chair right there. So they're moving the chair and all the things they did in the assault. And when they moved the chair, the cat swung at Malak's face. That's police misconduct. And why is that so heavy? Because that's what cops do all the time. You arguing against a cop and he dirty, he gonna slide you right in the mouth, ain't he? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody who had a bad interaction with a cop, tell me he ain't gonna slide you in the face. He ain't gonna grab, he gonna slide you right across the mouth to shut you up because the mouth is talking. You understand? That's police misconduct right there. Where it come from, they got daggone leader from him. That's why he got that beard on his face. That beard because he was in plain clothes. So now he ain't seen the beard all over y'all. He got a uniform. Yeah, he cut over cut. I mean, I know I did it. Shit, I did it. You know what I mean? But that's when I was in my ignorance.
Right.
They kept doing it.
And did it in here.
Cut over cut.
This guy was an undercover cop in here recording everybody.
Yeah, y'all about my shop.
Yeah.
Cut over cut. Yeah, listen. Okay, it's crazy because I think about this shit here. I had to come to Commander Yohana one time and tell him, I said, John, I gotta have a talk with you. He said, what's up, Haas? I said, sir, listen, I gotta tell you about something I just did. I turned down an assignment, right? He said, what assignment, Haas? And when I told him that, I turned down a DEA assignment, he said, are you serious? He said, you serious? I said, yeah, John, I couldn't do it. He said, Haas, why? I said, sir, I'm gonna tell you right now, to be honest. I said, my spirit ain't in that job no more. You know what I mean? I said, I can't do this no more. You know what I mean? It just, it ain't really there no more. You know what I mean? And I used to always come to class and I wanted to go to camp and I couldn't go to camp. Like, y'all got a chance to go to camp. You come in here and go right to camp. I was coming to class and I couldn't go to camp. But General Hollis say, Commander General say, well, listen, Hollis, it ain't your time yet. You know when your time comes. The Lord will take you up the job and you can get it on. And I was so pissed. They was traveling back and forth to D.C. I'm in class, mad as shit. Just waiting. Next thing you know, I was off the job. And he came and got me, let's go. Drove me right down to D.C., the H&H, hopped on the corner, and been on it ever since. You understand? Yeah. That's what a man of God gonna do. He gonna come in here, he gonna change his life from any kind of evil out there and become the man who the Lord wants you to be. Not who you want to continue to be, but who the Lord wants you to be. That's our job. That's what Christ called us to be, man. To be men of God. Not treat misconduct on brothers. Do another video, sir. But they said that this right here is General.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Go ahead. Let me let him play it. Go ahead.
Sir.
Let me let him play it. Come on. Like, this is what these cats are made of. This is a slimy cop organization. And again, you brothers that get caught up into the game underneath them, brother, you're going to be destroyed. Like, this is why the Lord gave us all pedigrees, ranks, positions. These cats ain't this. Nate never even attained the rank of a captain. Nate is a gay man that was hiding undercover, and now they out here. Now they want to make him a general. Now you the general, Nate. You the general. I thought you was the bishop when it was good and nice to be gay. You was the bishop. You was Bishop Nathaniel. You had to say the full name, Nathaniel. You couldn't say Bishop Nate.
Nathaniel 7.
That was one of their pages. It was one of their pages. They used to call him Nathaniel 7 because it was one of his pages. Now you had to call him Bishop Nathaniel. But now they want to make him a general. He'll never be a general. And nobody becomes a general because they decide to. Right. You become a general when somebody above you raises you to a general.
That's right, sir.
You can't create a fake Israelite group and then decide one day, like they elevate him to a general like you elevate somebody you worship. Like, I didn't become a general because I elevated myself to be a general. I became a general because men who came before me raised me up to be a general. Yeah, right. That's how you become a general. You understand? You can't create a fake Israelite group and then try to elevate yourself. You know how many times we done heard that nonsense? But listen, there ain't gonna be too much more of IUIC nowhere. You understand? So it ain't gonna see these cats in here. These are generals. These are real generals. You understand? Right. And I heard one of them said, General Yohana ain't no real general because he sent y'all out with just 4 men. What is in your peace? What is in your gay peace pipe? And listen, you think that way. You think that way because once again, you trust in numbers. You die real quick. Give me the scriptures where the Lord said you trust in horses. You understand? And lean on Egypt. Like you trust in your carnality, which the Lord said we to never trust in. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 1,000. You understand? We never, if it's 1,000 of us, we never gonna move as though we have some authority we don't have. We're gonna move like we supposed to move righteously according to them scriptures. If it's 2 of us, we're gonna move the same exact way. Right, but you are gay and not a man. So you get a few numbers and it goes to your head That's why you circle Barack, because it went to your head like, we got numbers, brother. You supposed to respect us. That's the time you should be disrespected. And listen, and a lot of real brothers out there, they see you playing numbers games. Oh, they gonna punk you good. They gonna punk you good for trying to play numbers game. The more power you have, the more magnanimous you supposed to be. I'm sorry, General. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, listen, they didn't sign their death certificate, General.
Damn right.
They didn't sign their death certificate. Before we left us alone, we left you alone. Now you done step in the view of the Most High.
That's right.
It's like the Lord of the Rings. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Now that the Lord's eye is looking at IUIC because you didn't violated the ISUPK and we work for him.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about that. You in the Lord's eye, and you know your time is limited now. You shouldn't have done what you did, you purple punks. You shouldn't have done it. Sorry.
And if I could,
Please, yo.
And if I could, Commander General Yohana, you know, for I think since 99, 98, I've been working in counseling under you since 1998, and I've counseled everyone.
Damn right.
Homosexuals, transvestites, molested children, murderers, countless murderers. And I'm telling you, based on my career, that Nate has had sex with a man.
Oh, no doubt.
He has had sex with a man. I have no doubt in it. I am extremely confident professionally that he has had sex with a man. That so-called Bishop Kanai has been molested by women and men. Like him, he's been molested by some woman as well as a man at a very young age.
He a horrible deviant.
Yeah, he's a deviant, meaning
and a con man.
Yeah,
and
when
a
he was
drug
young,
addict.
someone just made him think.
And a jailbird. Oh,
He's
an old vile.
It wasn't just men. It was men.
Yeah.
It was some man, some uncle with his, some penis thing with his uncle. Something about his penis, like where the uncle made him show his penis, suck his penis, and it's with a woman, meaning, but when you're too young to have sex with a woman, like your aunt, or some older woman where you're too young to accept it, and it makes you think all you are is a sexual object to adults. Bishop Nathaniel has been in sexual relations with a man since he was young. He was molested. I have counseled so many of them. I know them by sight. You understand? By seeing them. But I see a woman, I go, oh, you've been molested, because they're all the same. Nathaniel has had sex with a man. He's let me give you a little more specifics. He struggles with it, meaning there was a time in his life when he thought he might be gay, but he fought with it. He thought, I feel like I'm gay, but this is wrong. I shouldn't give myself over to this feeling. This feeling is not right. And he resisted it. And he tried to fight it, but he had feelings for men, sexual desires for men that he tried to fight. And every time I see his face, I know him because I've counseled him. That person who's trying to...
That demon is in him.
That demon is trying to fight it, doesn't want to be it, but it's so overwhelming and he's in a struggle every day, very much like addiction. It's so close to that. Like if you ever struggle with giving up cigarettes or marijuana, you know it's wrong, but you like to do it.
Brother,
and you've done it so long, but you know it's wrong. Nate is struggling with his homosexual desires. Bishop Kanai is struggling with his perversion. It's not about men or women. It's more about the orgasm with Bishop Kanai and having an orgasm that makes him feel good, whether it be men or women or not. I'd stake my professional career on what I'm telling you today before the Lord.
Okay, damn right, brother. Damn right. Like this guy here, this the cat, get me right. This the cat that turned around and said that sister should be spit in the face, right? Which is, by the way, is such a gay statement. That's what gay men do.
Hateful woman.
Yeah, they hate.
It's like
yes.
They hate women.
Yes.
So if a man does something, that's wrong. If a woman does something, we should spit in her face. We should grind. We should vomit on her.
Yeah.
Because they They want it's like they want to spit on her.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
wanna- they want to
snatch your ball head
Violate
and
her.
all that. Snatch
Yeah,
your
it's
ball
like
head.
they violate her.
They really want to urinate on it.
Because listen, that woman who said that is their mom.
Yes.
Who kissed them when they were young.
Yes.
Or mom made them
Fondled them.
sexual act for their aunt.
Who fondled
They
them
wanna-
and all
who
that.
Fondled them. They want to spit on their aunt.
Yeah.
You have the one where he was pretending to piss on a Christmas tree.
Well, wait, don't leave
Oh,
because I got Salaki. I got two more up in here. I just want to let you get that in, but I want to go back to the tape. Can you go back to the tape? Like nobody should join any organization. You should never follow men who have not proven themselves in the work of the Lord. And this cat has not proven himself in the work of the Lord. All of this was created by cops. Like, first of all, you is that picture up for everybody to see already? Let me go back to that picture just for a second. If it's up, if people can see that picture. Yeah. Oh, they can't. Don't even worry about it. Go back to the video that we talked about if you could. We'll get to that deviant criminal in a second. What a real deal. The nerve of him for her. And if I could, before I even get to that, what he said, let me just say this. What Malak's wife said was so honorable to say for a woman.
Right.
Like that woman loved her husband so much that she thanked the brothers. Okay, we going to something else? Okay.
Make sure they have what you're talking about.
Okay,
right
come on. Yes, try to stick with me if you could. I know you're dealing with different things. Let me tell you something. What that sister said was so honorable in that her husband fought 30 men out there. And she got on the internet and said, I want to thank the brothers that stood with my husband. Like them brothers brought her husband home. And she was thankful for it. You understand? And she was like, where do you hear that with sisters at? You understand? Like she was thankful that them brothers was willing to be courageous and stand with her husband. And this cat hated it so much. He's so gay. He's just spit in her face. A disgusting jailbird bastard like you. This cat ran a whole con game on a basketball player? On a football player. Ran a whole con game on a football player and then robbed a Latino brother and his wife of a whole bunch of money for over some garments. Like this cat that's why they threw him out the first time. This cat was a low-life piece of garbage. And then they arrested him and locked him up and he had to do time. He did time over doing that evil stuff to them brothers and sisters, this canine cat. And then he got the nerve. Once again, they so arrogant like Christians that they don't see the wicked, evil things that they do. They just fill themselves with, we're righteous. And they're not. They're evil. And so you would say something nasty like that to that sister. When what that sister said, brother, was so right and honorable. And listen, and Kanai, you're a low-life bastard. You wouldn't pick up a finger to help nobody, even in your own organization. At least that sister was thankful when brothers helped her husband. You out there robbing the congregation. And then listen, and then show you how Nate could give a damn how this is a cop. You want to know how this is this is a cop operation? If I caught anybody in the ISUPK running a con game on a football player, stealing his money, swindling him out of a house, and then use some brothers and sisters that's in the congregation, gas them up, and ran an entire scam on some garments just to get money out of the football player. I mean, it was a complicated scheme. And the nigga ended up with all the money and everybody ended up broke. Even the ball player's wife was like, where the hell is the money? This cat, at the end of the day, he had all the money. It was so bad that they had to press charges on this low-life piece of garbage. So Nate put him out. He went and did the time and all that. Nate put him back in charge. And in like 3-4 months. And you know why? Because he got Nate's pictures of his balls sitting in his cell phone. And Nate do not want the dirty nastiness that he doing to come out. So he put that cat back in the charge, which is this cat is a thief and a con man. He's like a slickster and a con man. And if you hear the tapes they pull out, I'm not even gonna play the tapes on this piece of shit. the tapes they play, and the nerve of him to turn around and act like that sister should be spit in the face. That low life nigga should never even be opening his mouth. He should be carrying the water buckets. That low life piece of dog meat. You are like a criminal. You're a damn and a criminal in the. We ain't talking about a criminal in the world. Many of brothers have been criminals out there in the world, and in their ignorance have done things and all that and come into the truth. You in their organization supposedly have changed your life, and you running con games on the congregation.
In there.
Inside. You inside, shucking and jiving and running games all up under niggas. They find out all the money gone, you done robbed everybody, and Nate put him back in charge. Like that show you he could give a damn about. He'll come up with some scripture. Like, you got to forgive him. Because really, you got to forgive him because he got 20 pictures of you in there. You know, because he's a con man. So you can best believe that when he was bringing Nate them little boys, he was clack, 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 clack. He got all the pictures. Now give me the two. Just let me get it two so I can keep moving to let y'all get in. Give me this one and then give me the dick pics. So we got to bring the dick pics in. Go ahead. Like this is the heart of who they're made up. And this cat is still up in there. I don't know if he's an African or a Levite or what he is. Who knows? They got all kind of funny head niggas in there from Africa and all that. All kind of funny looking motherfuckers in this. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Oh,
his head's still funny.
Yeah. Like you see a couple of them Hamites look like aliens up in there. I ain't even get to Joy Morgan. Poor sister. Poor sister. You think they'd have a little humility? You killed an Israelite by letting heathens in your organization. Right. You let a young, innocent Israelite sister get raped, not just killed, raped and murdered and buried in a park. And you didn't even apologize and consult her family. And you want to let it go. You want to put it away. I'm changing my cover page to Joy Morgan. That's going to be my cousin. Somebody send me a good, clear picture of Joy Morgan. She's going to be my cover page. You understand? Because in the ISUBK, we fight for those that can't fight for themselves. We stand up for the poor and the oppressed and the destroyed. You set up a whole camp over there in England, had Hamites running the camp, had the sisters in there dressed up like Africans. You was bringing in the whole African thing. Right now, Nate is wearing the hairstyle of the African Woman King. That movie, The Woman King, that's his hairstyle. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. Like that's how I'm not lying. I'm gonna show you. Nate is wearing a woman's hairstyle, and it's the style of the African king.
Are you saying that Nate is an independent, strong black woman?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think he got fantasies of being the woman king.
He don't need no man.
No, he's an independent woman. Okay. You don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And IUIC, y'all can stop trying to beat me. Stop trying to make Nate a general. Stop trying all that. You bishop, gay bishop niggas, okay? Now all of a sudden they
Miss
want
Independence. Miss Independence.
Yeah. And listen, I don't know if anybody got the tape, but here's the tape I want to show you. They got a tape out where a cat is thanking Nate. And in the end, he says, and I want to tell you one last thing, brother. And he says, I love you. And when he tells Nate, I love you, Nate giggles like a geisha girl. he told me, I
felt
pray
so
you
beautiful.
find it. Brother, it was like a broad on her sweet 16. Like he fell apart. He said, somebody, y'all gotta find that tape for me. Brother, I saw the tape. Listen, my wife almost threw me out the house. I saw the tape and fell out the chair. I'm laughing. My wife is, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop this.
And then he said, Bishop Nathaniel, I love you. He said, oh, really? Oh, me?
Listen, wait, Muhammad, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. Because the cat is giving him accolades, right? You this, you bishop, you that. And he said, and there's one more thing I got to tell you. He said one more thing. Oh. You can feel the gay demon come in the room. the gay demon came in the room. I'm coming to you now, you die. And it was a pause. Like the demon stepped in like, this is my show. My turn. And brother, he said, and I just got to tell you one more thing. I love you. And brother, when he said that, Nate said, "Wow!" Good. You gotta tell me you found that tape out. You got that part. Oh my God! Oh, I can't take it. Oh, hey, give me a shot of those. I'm finna fall out. Give me a shot of liquor before I watch this tape, man. I need a shot of liquor on here. You got that tape. Stop everything. Play me that tape. You got it up yet? You got it up? You need a minute? Bring me that tape up. Brother, if you see this tape, it's going to be no question. This is a gay operation.
Because she walk like a boss, talk like a boss.
Yes. Yes. You got to see this. It's going to kill you. You're going to really know. If you ever wonder, and I want you to see the hairstyle, you tell me if this is not the woman king. Like even the garment is like the woman king. The woman king. Okay. Listen, if you got it up, do you have it up? Okay. Can you give me a picture of the woman king? And can you give? I want so much tonight. There she is. Now you see the hair. Now you see the hair. Now get that modern picture of Nate. Get that modern picture of Nate. Pull that up side by side. I'm going to show you gayness in its best. Listen, and let me tell you something else too. Here's another sad part. If you go look at the picture of the brothers who's originally from Kansas City, what's so sad is 3 of them in that group are gay as well. Like you could look at them and tell that these are homosexuals that's hiding in this purple shit because this gay man is facilitating this. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you somewhere up the line, because this is a cop operation, somewhere up the line, they're going to bring in the gays. Somewhere up the line. They're going to bring up the gays. They might wait. They might try to wait until they try to destroy us, which will never happen. That could be why they're waiting. But I can guarantee you, he's going to bring in the LGBT and say, listen, you know what I'm saying? God forgive everybody or whatever he might say. No, you got to get the modern picture of him. Like he got an up-to-date picture of him. Look, that's one, but that ain't it. That's him on the horse, right? Woo, that's so gay. Look at him.
Somebody walking
look,
through the podium.
Listen, that's a gay hairstyle right there. Look at that hairstyle. That's a woman's hairstyle. Okay, look at that there. Yeah, but that's not the one I'm talking about. Wait a minute, let me see if I got it. Hold on, I might have it in my phone. Let me see what I got in here. They be sending me so much stuff. Yeah. But anyway, let's get to it. What we going to?
What do we have on deck? Marah?
You got the video? Can you find the video of the love? Forget about the picture if you could, because I'm holding up a lot of stuff. Can you find the love?
That's good.
The love interlude. All right, no problem.
Do you have anything you can get to real fast?
You can go back to the other one if you need to.
Yeah, and what about the Joy Morgan?
You got We Snitch, I think, is already queued up.
Give me We Snitch, and then right after the dick pics. We Snitch and then the dick pics. All right, let's run them 2. Let's stick to it. Let's run them 2. And in the meantime,
if you're not one of these old,
we'll get the other one. Play it. Hold up, somebody send me one. No, this ain't the one. This ain't the one. This is close though. Look at this here. Listen, no, this is it. This is it. Listen, that's the woman king. Look at that there. Tell me who you want me to send it to. Look at that in the center picture. Now you tell me that's not the woman king. That's the woman king. Is it up? Huh? Amen, right there. Look at that. Listen. Now pull up the woman king. And then pull this picture up. Make this picture bigger. If you can. Can you make me this picture bigger? Is it up there? Yeah. This the woman, listen, this the woman king. I'm telling you, he aspires to be a queen. Look at it. Tell me I'm lying. That was it. Pull her up and then pull this up. Look at that. Look at that. You want me to move it over? Oh, no. Okay, Salakia. Look at that. Put it closer. Ooh, the woman king.
Woman king.
Look at that there. That's exactly the woman king. He probably looks at her in the mirror. Oh, shit. I messed it up. Hold up. Good. You ain't doing nothing. I'm done, right? You good right here? Now tell me that ain't obvious. Do y'all see that? That's the woman king. This cat is gay.
Calling him the man queen.
Damn. Like this cat is, look at the curls. Look at the good curls on top.
I got berries and juice.
Got the good, dark, and lovely up top. Look how you got pulled up to the side. I mean, it's good, and you know what I'm saying.
Do you have the love one you die?
Listen, I'm gonna give. Can I give you one more? Can I give you one more? Hold up, let me give you one more. Okay, wait a minute. Now look, there it is. Now tell me what that is. Now y'all help me out. Maybe I'm wrong. Now tell me, is that a man's hairstyle or a woman's? What is that? Now, pull that out. Get that closer. Can you get it closer?
That's a better one.
That's a better one.
Right.
That's the woman king.
Can you see?
Can y'all see that? I can make it big on. Wait a minute. Let me make it big on my phone. Look at that there.
That's a better one.
Come on. Come on, man. The brothers don't wear their hair like that, man.
They said, "How you doing?"
God.
How you doing?
God. Like that's a gay man. You understand? And if you don't see it by now, y'all part of that group that believe Michael Jackson wasn't gay.
Y'all can't see it.
No.
He's just childlike.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sick man. A sick man that became a cop, that just became a dirty cop and used that crooked cop shit and still using it today. Right. That's women's hairstyles. They got it. Give me the 2 tapes I asked for. Let's go.
How about the love one first, if we have that?
Then give us the other. Can you give us the other one while you pull it up? Give us that one. Like this is them a little bit in the earlier days. Like this is what these cats do. These cats can't battle us like no real men. They got to try some intimidation tactic, which will never ever work. This is Joy Morgan here, or is it the same thing? Mm-hmm. You got it queued up to the point you need? Not yet. Your volume on it? To what?
Stop and frisk. I'm calling the cops. I am snitching. Your ass going to jail. If I'm in your neighborhood, you're going to jail. If you're unwanted, I'm turning you in. You're going to jail. I will tell on you. I said openly. If any of you out here I see on the list being wanted, your ass going to jail. We snitch.
Like that cat, that's a cat that hates black people. Like, you hear that? Like he hates black people. Like you got a warrant, you going to jail. He can't and learn further down in that. See, that was the woman king. See that? That's it. I say woman's hairstyle. That's what Nate wearing. He probably look at them girls like that, man, on Instagram and throw that grease, that stuff, what they call that gel up in his hair and quaff that old gayness up into his hair. And you acting like he's a man of God. Nigga's a piece of garbage out. And
Nate has edge control.
Yeah.
He got a ton of edge control.
Yeah, man. He be greasing down.
Yeah.
He be greasing down the baby hairs.
Baby hair.
He make the baby hairs greasing down real good. Like that's a gay organization. And let me tell you something. They pretend. Look at this. Look at how gay this is. Which one is this? This is no. That ain't. You sure? Come on. Let me hear it. Let me hear. I think you right. Let me hear it. Let me hear this right here.
God for using you to pull me out of this wretched
He
world,
put
all
a
of us,
gayness in everything.
and putting us in this fight. I'm honored to be able to say I know you, to call you my bishop,
for us,
a brother, a friend, and a father in this truth. May the Most High God continue to strengthen you, Bishop, and continue to use you as a tool of righteousness to bring down this
that's it. That's it. Right there. Right there. Right back there. Wait a minute. Go back. Go. Wait a minute.
Life lasts. I'm able to.
Right. No, keep going. Right there. Right there. Right where you
General of God's army.
Oh,
man. Christ
right.
bless.
Is that it? No.
Yes.
Somewhere in there.
Appreciate everything you've done for me as a young man growing into an older man now. Everything you've done for me for these last 20 years, I appreciate it. And I love you. Okay.
Wait.
Yo, Bishop, is that?
Come on.
Okay, all right.
Don't
so,
it.
I love you, Bishop. All right. So you ain't gonna hear that from me again. I just want you to know that. No, okay. All right. So that's it on that. All right. Thank you for everything,
see
Bishop.
him with his woman's hairstyle. He loved it. Go back. You got to get him clapping now.
That reminded me of Dwayne Wade's son.
Yes.
Power.
Yes.
And he saved and preserved your life.
And he was hesitant to tell us that
it was a very
hard
hard ordeal for all of
us. Bro, I love you, bro.
So you all know usually we wait till somebody leave or somebody pass, then we talk about how we feel about that person. So Bishop, I just want to let you know I'm gonna say this one time and I'm not gonna say it again, all right? I just want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done for me as a young man growing into an older man now. Everything you've done for me for these last 20 years, I appreciate it. And I love you. Okay. And I love you. All right. Yo, Bishop, is that? Okay. All right. So, I love you, Bishop. All right. So you ain't gonna hear that from me again. I just want you to know that. No, okay. All right. So that's it on that.
Look at that haircut. Go. Can you freeze it on him? Look at this hairstyle on the bishop. Look at that. On the bishop.
He looked like a librarian or a social worker that don't want to pay you no attention. He looked like a next, like somebody who is next.
Look, freeze it on there. Look at this hair. Make it big. Make it big for us, bro. Look at it. Look at this guy.
No,
that's a gay man.
No, thank you.
You understand?
I tell you who he looked just like.
Come on.
It's some homosexual. Okay, this man is called Ty Trippett. He looked like he's his brother. If you can just hold that image and get Ty Trippett, he looks like he's his brother. And Ty Trippett is a flaming homosexual.
Give me all
he's
the
a
tapes
gospel
after
singer.
this.
He's a gospel singer.
Yeah.
Flaming homosexual.
Give me all the tapes after this one, y'all. All right. Give me all the tapes. I'm gonna run them all down.
Go ahead.
All right. You all right, brother?
Go ahead, Ron. You got it.
Come on with it.
You thought I had something.
What you got? You got?
We got this video today twerking.
See, if you really dig, you're gonna find a whole gay world inside there. Like, I'm gonna have to stop y'all because you're gonna find a whole gay world inside that IUIC. Right, that's what's really going on in there. You understand? This ain't God's work they doing over there, and they ain't men of God. You understand? Right. They not men of God. Don't come like that.
That's right.
Men of God are what's in the ISUPK.
Yeah, right.
That's where men of God are at. You understand? And this will be done in a minute. As soon as the Lord get ready, this will be wiped the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Can you die find it while you go to them tapes? You find it, because I need Marada to rock them tapes for me. Give me all of them right there. That's him right there. That's the one you talking about behind me? That's him.
That's look at him with the glasses up top. And
listen,
he don't disgusting.
And he don't even look as flaming.
LGBTQ.
Right. He don't look as flaming as that.
That's the same person.
Right.
I mean, damn.
Like he looked
Damn.
more. When I saw his picture, I'm like, well, what is Muhammad talking about? Because he don't look as gay as
Now
Nate.
flip back to Nate.
Now go back to Nate for a second.
Flip back to Nate from Ty Trippett, who is a flaming out gospel singing homosexual man.
Can you get to that point and freeze it?
And out feminize him, right?
Yeah, freeze it when he gets to, you know, where he's at.
My dear,
There you go.
IUIC.
Look at that. That is such a gay man. It's
Got
so
it? Now you can put that next to Ty Trippett. That's hard to tell the difference.
he even clapped like a woman.
Hercules. Hercules. Big Hercules. What Ty Trippett's face up right there? Bye-bye. I don't know what I can do for you. That's it.
It's crazy. Give me my tapes real quick. Let me run them down right so I can let the generals jump in on that because we need to get all the info out. I want to get that one, and then let's get the dick pics, and then we'll go to some other stuff as well. You know what I mean? That piece of garbage had the nerve to turn around and say she should be spitting her face. Nigga, you should be spitting your face. Dishonorable piece of garbage. You gonna tell a woman she should be spitting her face because she honor the brothers that stand with her own husband? You disgusting
and maybe
piece
the
of garbage.
IUIC should stop spitting in faces, stop doing all their nasty
Yeah.
meetings,
If you
just try to discipline themselves to not be gay.
Exactly. You know, man. Go ahead. You gotta pull it back up. Perfect. Let's ride. Run them all the tapes down, back to back. All right. Let's get it on while we got a little.
You're not one of these old street grimy fools. You're not one of these old gremlins out here committing crimes, doing this. I heard one of he should have play it again, Judah.
Just listen real good. Just listen to this real good.
Why y'all complain about whatever the guy name? What is his name? Martin. The bomb or whatever his name is. Okay? Why y'all complaining about him? So resistance to power. If you decide to go against the white man power, what the white man gonna do? That's what happened to that young man. That's not what happened to that young man. He decided to go against the white man. Say he tell him to stop. Why he didn't let him stop? Rebellion. He was rebellion.
Like this cat stood on the street corner in Brooklyn and defended George Zimmerman for murdering a 16-year-old boy with a bag of Skittles in his hand. IUIC, you are a disgusting piece of shit. You bastards are vile as you could be. Like that cat was angry that Trayvon Martin didn't obey a white man's orders when the white man was on the phone saying they always get away. This white man was determined to stop him for what exactly? Not a goddamn thing.
Walking around with a hoodie on.
Exactly. Not a damn thing. Once again, they in the mindset of cops. They in the mindset of white people. They standing on that corner, but they hate black people. You know who was like this? GMS was like this. GMS used to get on the corner and talk about white women being so great. Talk about buying prostitutes. Talking about how much they hate the black woman. Talk about how they want to rape your 9-year-old girl. Like these were cats that was on the corner, but they actually hated God's people. And these bastards are the same. Like every Israelite, that's why we don't join none of you Israelite group. Because some of you are claiming to be Israelites, but really you hate the people that you're supposed to be sent to. But that's not us in here. We was never like that in the ISUPK. I thank the Lord for the training I got in the old school to carry this on further, because we will never descend into a group that hates the very people we're called to serve.
Right, sir.
That's why you don't have no food programs. That's why you ain't giving out food. They out there cleaning the street for the white man. You want to make sure them streets is clean for the white man, but you ain't feeding nobody. You ain't trying to do that because y'all are bastards. You are disgusting cops. Like you are like every other carnal man in this kingdom. Here's what the kingdom is putting out. The kingdom is constantly putting out The Lord, y'all the problem. Y'all the problem. You don't take care of your kids. You don't pull up your pants. You won't go get a job. You just lazy. You just want to get a job. You this, you that, you this, you that. That's what this place is putting out. And these cats drank the Kool-Aid. They think in the same way. But that's not what God is putting out. God is not putting that out. When you join the Lord stops blaming you for everything that the world has blamed you for. The most hated man in America is a black man. Second, Latino. Third, Native Indian. Ain't nobody hated more than them. They hate it in this place. And if you come to serve the Lord don't bring you to him so you could hate the very people that the Lord is trying to deliver. Moses murdered a man and God loved him. Gideon knocked over the statues and caused a riot. God loved him. You understand? Christ whipped all the preachers out the temple. God was with him. Like, you don't understand. Like, you cats ain't in the Bible. You're in church. And in church, the gay spirit of hating God's people is alive and well. And on Trayvon Martin at that, a 16-year-old boy that died. This cat died. And died for nothing. And you still charge him. Like Zimmerman had to go on trial. Did he not? Like he killed Trayvon Martin. And even the white man who's the devil still put him on trial. Even though he beat the case. He still put him on trial and said he's worthy to be tried because this kid did nothing. But not you bastards. You purple faggots. You charged the man because he stopped listening to the white man. You telling us we should follow that? Brother, you run from that. You run from that ideology because that ideology hates you. That ideology is anti-Christ. And the IUIC is anti-Christ, is who they are. That's why nobody like them on the street. Nobody like them on the street. Everybody hate them on the street. Give me your next tape, you die. I want you to line them tapes up for me. All right? Give me the next tape you had. What was the next one about? Not Joy Morgan. It was something else. Go ahead. I'll take whatever you got. But get me the dick pics. I want everything. Give me all of them. I'm going to run them all down. Whatever you got, bring them. And let's go through them and let the brothers chime in on. Like, that's what you dealing with this. And, brother, that's why that incident happened out there. That incident happened out there so the light could be shined on this disgusting organization. Like, the Lord don't want us to put it in. We be trying to put it down. We be trying to forget about it. We don't talk about them. We don't even discuss them. We be going on with the great work of the Most High, raising up brothers and sisters, doing what the Lord called us to do. But then it always some nonsense with them. And they get put back on the radar. And without a doubt, this incident right here, this incident was your fault. It was their fault. They the ones that stepped out there, pushed that speaker all the way to around the corner, damn near. The speaker was damn near around the corner. And it still wasn't enough. You had to come over and stand in front of the cab. Still wasn't enough. Then when you go to get the speaker, you got to go violate us by putting your hands on our equipment to pull your speaker out. And then you shock like, we was just out teaching. What happened? They just out of control. They just some evil niggas. When you plan this out the day before, you talked to the cops and had undercovers out there. You had cops that was off duty out there. And listen, I'm still yet to hear sirens when the cops came up. Did y'all hear sirens? Now I could be wrong on this, but I ain't hear no sirens on the tape. And if them cops came up with no sirens, that's because they was working with y'all. Because if you get a call that there's a riot or a fight on a corner, you coming with sirens. So they can break the shit up. You know how. They coming with sirens to break the shit up before it goes down. But if they came up with no sirens, something is real flaky right there. Huh? That was a cop operation. Huh? Those were provocateurs pushing that shit. And they pushed it where they wanted it to push. And listen, if we got to go to jail or whatever, fight y'all, whatever. You know what I mean? We got just as much as you got. We could do whatever it is. Whatever you could do, we could do it too. Only difference with us, we ain't got to go home to no jobs. Our wives pay our bills. You niggas got to report to work with them square haircuts. You got to be on point. You understand? We could give a damn. Okay, that's the difference.
Which is why, like, they ran when they got up. When they got up, the cops came.
Not all about that.
A lot of them cats ran. You should see them. They were moving. Like, they were moving kind of quick. Like, what? No, just get up and just casual. They hopped up with you.
They got the hell out of it.
Come on.
And let me tell you something too. Part of the reason they got the hell out of it, because as police officers off duty in another state conducting an operation, they would have got fired. You know what I mean? They would have got fired. It would have been all kind of repercussions because they know they ain't supposed to be doing that. But they doing it because they part of this organization.
You know, if I was off
NYPD set up.
If I was off duty, I had to make an arrest. I had to identify myself. I had to have my badge on me. Listen, I'm so-and-so. Here's my badge. This is another. And I would have to go through with the arrest. I could detain somebody without going through the proper paperwork or proper channels. Like I was working. It's the same exact thing. You can't get away from that there. But it's why they got up and they ran. You can't even arrest nobody in another state. No. You can't even do that. You can't even put your hands on somebody in another state running an operation. It's completely illegal. But they was doing it. Real quick, let me just quote this. I forgot about this. Nia Thok just sent this to me. Courting butt naked. Israel United in Christ attempts to recruit former cannibal and leader of the Liberian Child Army. And when you go and look up this cat butt naked, he's not an Israelite. He come from descendants of Africans. And this is the cat that was up there in Liberia killing all the Israelites who was set up in power in that country, who was set up by the white man. This cat was eating them. And these low-life purple gay niggas go over there and try to recruit a man that ate God's chosen people. Literally ate their hearts and lungs and ate them. On camera in front of everybody. They went and tried to recruit him. We'll show you they a bunch of disgusting bastards. Oh, you pulled it up. You already had it. That's cool.
Why they call him butt naked, you know?
Because what he did is, since it was so scarce with clothing and stuff like that, and they wanted to be quiet in the jungle, he would send his men out butt naked. Him and his men would go out with no clothes on because you couldn't hear them in the jungle when they had no clothes on. You know what I mean? When you got stuff on and gear. So he said, strip down, butt naked, only carry the weapon. Say again, huh? Yeah, they used to be high and all that. High, eating people, doing all kinds of madness. And this cat turned around and tried to recruit him. I guess he was going to bring him over there to IUIC to eat some of them. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't give a damn. This cat was chasing clout. And he didn't give he don't have no morals. He looking for success like a gay man would, like an actor in Hollywood or something. He just wants success. He just wants to be seen on the big stage with the big lights. He ain't concerned with, is he doing God's will? You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't on that. Go ahead.
All Nate heard is his name was General Butt Naked, and he ran straight over there to recruit. He ran straight over. He didn't know about the cannibalism. He heard his name was General Butt Naked, and he was on the first plane to Ghana.
And that's how he got sick. You think they would have learned? You brought them Africans in and killed that sister, had that sister killed. Then the Africans turned on you and took their schools and set themselves up. And then on top of it, you done got some kind of bubonic African bug. I don't know what it was, but he caught a good African bug that almost killed him. I think it almost gave him that cancer. He had to go on like a sabbatical or something, had to pray to the Lord. You understand? Because whatever it is that bit him in that ass out there, whatever you got bit with while he was out there butt naked, it was something to crawl up on you that you ain't supposed to be messing with. Bit him in that ass and had him laid out. You know what I'm saying? Let him laid out. No more dick pics for a year. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know. It looks like he might have recovered a little bit. He looking awfully thin. Looked like he got a little makeup on, but he looked like he lost lost quite a bit of weight. But that was partial punishment from the Lord. And you're going to get more now. Now you're going to get more because you really touched the men of God. You know, man, you cats ain't the men of God. You cats are filthy. You filthy. You like all Christians. You filthy while looking good. Like Christians wear them suits on Sunday and come in there and God and Jesus and try to pretend to be so righteous, and they molesting so many black children. There's so many black children, so many gay relationships in there. So much like Muhammad brought out in the class earlier. The down low came from the church. Like as black men, we got to be running from the ideology of the church because that's the culture that creates the down low. Down low being men who are homosexual that hide themselves as though they are not. That's IUIC. That's what y'all doing in there. You understand? And it's going to spill out, non-disclosure agreement or not. And those of you that's in there that signed that non-disclosure agreement, go on and tell it. I'll pay for the lawyer. Tell it. That nastiness going on in there, tell it. I'll buy you the lawyer. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Could, sir. They think that the IUIC, just to confirm what Commanding General Yana is saying, every member of the IUIC is forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement to join their organization. And they make you sign it to make you think that it's somehow binding. You see that they signed the NDA, the white women that had sex with Bill Cosby.
That's right.
They sued him anyway and broke it. You can't, because you're not, intelligent or educated, they make you think that NDA means anything. It means nothing. You can't force nobody to sign an NDA about crime and about lasciviousness. You can just go ahead and break it. Those white women who sued Bill Cosby signed an NDA and then 30 years later broke it and took him to jail, and it was nothing. If you are in the IUIC,
just purple,
and you signed the NDA, just break it.
Right.
Just have some courage. Just break it. They will not sue you. Nothing will happen to you. You won't go to court. You won't lose any money. Nothing will happen. Tell everyone how you've been raped and molested and robbed, and you'll be able to sue them.
Right.
Nothing will happen. Stop being such a punk.
And let me tell you something, if I can add to what Myman's saying. The minute you in an organization and you got to start signing non-disclosure agreements, you on your way out to being a part of something that is going to do all kind of horrible things and hold you to the secrecy of it. You about to be complicit in a ton of disgusting acts that they're going to try to keep hidden away. Like, why would you ever, to serve God, have to sign a non-disclosure agreement? To serve the Lord will show you IUIC is built on carnality, not on God. We don't sign non-disclosure. First of all, that's part of being free, to say what is the truth. It's part of being free. Why would you have to sign something that hides it? And like Muhammad said, ain't nobody going to do a damn thing to you. That's another tactic to get you quiet. They did that in Jesus Christ Church. They had them in. And right now today, they in the Jesus Christ Church. They got people in the Jesus Christ Church out in total fear, saying you're going to be kicked out the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be kicked. When Tazadakia come back, you ain't going to be a part of it. Got them scared to death and got them signing non-disclosure agreements. Let me tell you something now. We serve Yahushua in it. Men that follow me, seek Yahushua and follow Yahushua. Y'all know, all y'all know, I give our king all the credit for everything we ever do up in here. But the king ain't sitting here right now. You understand? But I rightfully, based on my pedigree, sit as a commanding general of the nation of Israel that has always been around. I dare you to challenge that. You got to make up generals, brother. And I thank the Lord, and I was a general long before I had to run the school. I've been a general. I've been a general back in the scrapping days. Back in the 90s, throwing niggas out the window. I was a general back then. So, you know what I mean? I earned that rank and walked that rank, and I only raised up generals who put in that kind of work up underneath me, and the amazing captains. And now we getting so good, the 5,000 is bad as shit. Officer Malak out there, toe-to-toe with 30 gay men, you understand, to hold down God's word. These are real men. This is real men of God. What's going on in there? You got criminals, man, con men, swindlers, child molesters. Give me the tapes. I want to get the tapes out because I want to get that tape where them brother and sister got angry at them because they had a known child molester among them and the brother got mad. But stick with me on this, Marag. Give me what you got. We're gonna go a little bit. We're going a little over, y'all. General Muhammad just remind me of the time. But let's run just a little bit over. Y'all up for it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go a little bit over, man, and talk a little bit more about this. Go ahead. just so we can wash it out. So it'd be no distinction. You go back to the beginning of this tape, there's no distinction. This was not our fault. This is not our fault. This was their provocation against us. And here's the thing. They demonize us, but we would never, ever put our hands on their equipment. Like, we ain't never did it. We could have did it to many camps, many small camps, many fake Israelite groups, many cats we could have did it. We could have did it to GMS. We could have did it to them many times. You know how many men we could have mustered up to come in there and set up on one of your campsites and pushed all the way into your camp? We could have did that anytime. We never did that. We never touched your stuff. But you are a punk. And that's why punks are dangerous. That's why warriors don't take punks to war. The reason a warrior don't take a punk to war, because a punk is too unpredictable. You know what I mean? His way of fighting is a punk's way of fighting. A warrior's way of fighting is totally different. We raise warriors up in here. You raise punks. You understand? Like, why you want to fight? Why you want to try to start a fight with us over pushing a speaker in our camp, over touching our equipment? You understand? If you wanted to fight, all you had to do is say, look, we got 30 cats. We'll meet you back here next week. Bring 30 cats because we're going to whoop your ass. We'd have brought 30 up there. We could have went toe-to-toe. Would have been beautiful. Would have been a beautiful, righteous fight. Everybody would have had the same amount of time. We'd have beat your ass and sent you home right.
That's right.
And probably fed you afterwards.
Damn right.
You understand? Like if you wanted to fight us, but you had to go be a slimy bitch and do it while we got 4 brothers on the corner. You people are garbage. You people are garbage. You're not even a real organization. You some made up shit by the cops. Now you gonna call yourself men of God? You was made up by the cops. Okay, give me what you got. Come on, let me run them down.
Bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis.
Can you go right before it?
Sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis.
A little bit more, right there.
User brother's French. But here's the thing, you know, we're not trying to make light of it.
Well, this cat is gay. This cat here is a homosexual man. This cat, the leaders of this fake Israelite group, these purple ones, he is a homosexual.
So, user brother's French. But here's the thing, you know, we're not trying to make light of this. This is the thing. The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis. The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis.
Let's just digest that. Why? First of all, okay. How did the brother's penis get on? Is he a gynecologist or something? Is he like a venereal disease expert?
He's an expert. I give you that much. Give him that much.
How did another man? I don't know how that happened. How does another man's penis end up on your phone? Listen, you get caught with another man's penis in here, you out. Your jacket will be hanging up in New York. You gone in the graveyard. Because I don't know how you end up with another man's picture of another man's penis on your phone. And how did he send it? And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Once again, that's how gay men work in the dark. First of all, they the only men that operate sexually in the dark is gay men. Gay men and child molesters. Other men, even men that have more than one woman, you know, openly flaming gay men, all kinds of people have all kinds of sexual preferences. But only them down low, slimy Christians, where the down low was created at. The down low came from church. That's where it was created. So you know, in an organization that's claiming to be God, the minute you getting a spur on of homosexuality, you know that that's that down low spirit coming in there. How did the man that's in charge, first of all, when did he have time as the man in charge to take a photograph of another man's penis and have it on his phone? And then how did he get that picture? Damn right. And how did he take that picture and send that picture out to other men? And no investigation, nothing. That's why the brother's saying it. Because this is a COINTELPRO dark operation, IUIC. And they use gay men and the non-disclosure says they won't want none of this coming out. Go ahead.
The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis. The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis.
What?
The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's what happened. If you didn't hear me clearly, I'm going to say it again. This is Deacon Shaka, and it's not a lie.
He didn't even deny it.
The bishop sent me a naked picture of this brother's penis. And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture.
Bruh.
Damn.
And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture.
Yeah.
And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture. And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture.
Bruh.
I watched that.
And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture.
Well, I'm out, man. I'm tripping.
And you deacons, some of y'all got that same picture.
They got the picture.
So why am I bringing this up?
The man's rod. Like, how you gonna be sitting up in there with him, and you got a picture on your phone of his rod? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. That's why he can't get rid of the criminal, the swindler, the con man. He can't get rid of that low-life piece of garbage, that old drug addict, because he got pictures of his rod in his phone. Come on, you die. Give me what you got. Come on.
Give you some background.
Oh, come on, run it.
This is okay. I was with Captain Desariac and Captain Katazak.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just telling some IUIC member called in and said I was so hateful and wrong for saying that Nate was a closeted gay man. So I'm just giving him my professional assessment of when I see him on film, that he is a closeted gay man. So we put the tape out. They made this tape because they said it's coming out that the bishop is gay, because I just made a tape from looking at him.
Damn.
And just said this is a closeted gay man.
And they was so enough. Wait a minute. Let me get it right.
Yeah.
You brought it out that this man is a closeted gay man, just from the spirit. And they brought the evidence afterwards.
That's what happened.
That's the Holy Spirit.
That's what happened. Because
like, you touched them with the Spirit of the Lord, and they confessed that rods was floating around IUIC.
Because at the
Go ahead.
time, I was in New York with Katazan Tazariak,
and
I was coming at them because they were hating Trayvon Martin
so bad,
and saying that George Zimmerman was right for killing him, and Trayvon Martin was wrong for not stopping when George Zimmerman told him to stop. So then someone called in that night,
right?
And they said, "Hey, General Mahiman, I'm glad I can talk to you because you are so hateful to the ISUBK. I mean, to the IUIC. And then I begin to just blaze on him and tell him that his Bishop Nate is a closeted gay man because I've seen so many of them. You
don't counsel so many of them.
I've talked to them.
This is your job.
I know these people.
Yes.
I know every malice and malfeasance.
Listen, for those of you that may not know, I never really reveal it because I always put the Lord first. But General Mahiman and his wife are both therapists. You dealing with two full-fledged therapists. So they have a whole family of therapists. They know a homo when they see one. They know a cheek buster when they see him. So they ain't like they slow on the game. Like, don't let me bring his rib in. The both of them will psychoanalyze that Jerry curl to another level. You will not like it. You okay? Go ahead.
I did this in the world.
God.
I did this in the truth.
Yes. You used to hate to wear that white shirt. You said in the world. He used to fight with me all the time. I'm going to counsel with. He said I could deal with it, but the shirt. I got to take the shirt and the tie off. They want him to wear a shirt and tie while he counseling them. While he counseled them in the facility. He trying to counsel them. They sick and mess. He trying to, but the shirt and tie come on every day, man. This shirt and tie, I just got to take this thing off. I just can't do it like this. So finally, he just flipped out and took the shirt and tie off, and they let him have it. They said, "Go ahead." And that was the beginning of his career. That was 20-something years ago. It was almost 25 years ago. He know what he looking at. He know when you twisted. He know when, what I'm saying, you done been molested. He know. His wife know. And forget about if he bring the nurse in, who's damn near a doctor now. She's gonna be a doctor soon. You can bring the nurse in. She'll come in there and look at you sideways too. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Said they need help up there. And so he already knew. And because you brought it out.
Made that tape. And then that guy said, well, since it's coming out.
Bang.
He put this tape out after I made the tape just saying, I'm looking at him and I can tell that this is someone suffering, struggling with homosexual desires from child molestation. And that's when he made this tape. And that's on here and that's documented and common knowledge.
And here we are. Like he giving off all the signs, the pictures, the signs, all of it. And listen, I told the brothers and sisters in the ICGJC, I said, get out of there. Get out of there now so that you don't become part of the psychological, and we can find that tape. You don't become part of the psychological destruction because the Lord is going to wipe them out. A lot of you didn't listen to me. And now some of you is committing suicide because you didn't listen to me about that garbage ass place that they set up over there, worshiping Tazadakia. Now, you understand, they see the love that I receive in the brotherhood and they misinterpret it because they carnal and they trying to strategize against us. So they misinterpret that love and brotherhood that we have, the real brotherhood, they misinterpret it. So now they trying to film, in a gay way, the love for him, but it's turning out so gay. So now they saying he's a general and they trying to do everything to be like us. They won't never tell you that, but that's exactly what they doing. Even him coming in on the horse was so gay. Was so gay. He looked like an old gay woman on that horse. I don't even bring it up. Stick to the tape you got me, and I ain't even gonna play it. He looked so gay up on that horse with the bush hair, with the hair in the Jerry curl, and that garment, that silly Roman garment on, looking like a character in a movie. Okay. Once again, is their attempt to try to add to the organization what we have in here. They understand when what we have in here come from real brotherhood. You understand? Like God is the God of the slaves. If you're gonna serve the Lord, you're gonna serve the poor and disenfranchised. But IUIC wants to be a Christian God. They want to be a Christian God where everybody look at them in admiration, where they put up on a pedestal, and especially a gay man. That's why Eddie Long was the way they were. They wanted to be put on a pedestal and looked at as righteous. When they caught his ass, he still said, I got 12 stones and I'm about to swing and all that. Meanwhile, before he could raise it, 6 months later, he couldn't raise his hand above his shoulder because the AIDS had riddled through his entire gay body. And the Lord had wiped him out. Say again.
If I could back you up.
Please.
The Christians call that as soul invictus, meaning the victorious son. And literally the IUIC has halos around their head.
Wow.
With the sun. The Romans call that soul invictus, meaning they want to worship a God that always wins.
Right.
That is always in power, that is soul invictus. And that's where the halo comes from. The sun around every Christian iconographies. And they put the sun around their head because they're the victorious son.
Disgusting.
And the IUIC has pictures.
Sure.
That makes them the victorious son.
Sure.
Because they're just winners and great and wonderful, the prettiest girl in the parade.
That's it. That's it. And brother, it's all garbage. It's all a lie. It's all the NYPD. It's all that. That's why when he came out against us in Queens, remember their spy came out later and said how they had undercovers standing in front of the camp, how they was wiring us up, recording us, all of that. This is the dirty knot. We ain't spending no energy on that. We are not spending no energy on trying to play I Spy. Y'all go ahead and do that nonsense if you want to, because you carnal. That IUIC, there's nothing spiritual about that. That joint is carnal as it could be. Go ahead, General Slaughter.
And it was bringing out, some of their defectors was bringing out how they would pose as women and create female accounts.
Come on, man. I forgot about
trying
that.
to bait the sisters in school.
Yes, the black ops.
Right.
That's what they call them.
In our school, sir, they targeted sisters in the ISBK in specific.
And how vile are you to create a woman's profile and try to destroy another man's marriage? Like, where is your moral compass? While they pretending to be righteous. Oh, we righteous. We would have never harmed them. We wasn't trying to harm them. You would, because you so vile. You'll have a man pretend and make a fake female profile and then contact brothers' wives on the internet. And I remember one brother's wife actually fell for it and listened to their nonsense. The brother had, after she, of course, got fooled, she ran back to the brother. It was only one. She ran back to the brother and got the whole thing straightened the hell out. Like, who does that? Like, who does that but cops? And cops are the ones sitting on the internet trying to catch pedophiles and criminals and doing that. Like, you think we're going to spend our time on the internet doing that? Making fake profiles of women and all that? We got time for that? You are a disgusting organization. And you are filled with disgusting, horrible deviants and criminals, man. Go ahead, you was gonna say something?
If I may, sir.
I'm gonna give y'all about another 30 minutes, y'all, if y'all up for it. Only if y'all up for it. Go ahead.
Oh, kind of a concert. If I may, sir, they tried to shut the Passover down.
That was another thing. Phone calls to the Passover. Like you full of dirty tricks because you're cops. Cops do dirty tricks. You full of dirty tricks. Even how the cops was telling the brothers, yeah, man, they always do that, man. They always out here starting something with somebody. Them cops were lying because you ain't even out there. So them cops was lying about you being out there starting trouble. They were saying that to make the brothers feel bad because they knew they had put handcuffs on these brothers and that these brothers had done nothing wrong. Took the handcuffs off of them, was like, yeah, man, just call us. Let us know next time they out here. Meanwhile, you already knew they was out here. You knew they was out here because some of you was undercover and some of you was off duty that they called up. So you already knew. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we'll deal with all that.
Can I explain just what you're saying?
Come.
If I could explain what Commanding General Yohana is saying. The IUIC had a group called Black Ops.
Yes, they did.
One of their members left the IUIC and then made a video about it and said that they would pretend to be women and make female Facebook accounts. And then they would befriend women in the ISUPK and tell them, you should leave your husband, girl. I'm a woman, and what he's doing to you is wrong. Meanwhile, it was a man in the IUIC. And the other thing Commander Julian is talking about, every year for 3 years, the IUIC has had people call our Passover venues and tell them, oh, I work for Commander General Yohana. He wanted us to cancel the Passover. And then Captain Mashak or Zakar says, Yatazak says, wait a minute, I work for Commander General Yohana. Who the fuck are you? Right. And then the venue would get him on the freeway.
Yeah.
And the venue would say, well, he says he works for Commander General Yohana. Yatazak Mashak Zakar would say, I work for Commander General Yohana. Well, no, we're canceling the Passover. We don't want this venue. Come to find out, it's some member of the IUC trying to cancel our Passover venue for 3 years at least. And the Black Ops video was on the internet where the cat said, I work for IUIC Black Ops. I've had fake Facebook accounts contacting women in the ISUPK telling them they should leave that group. And I believe why that faggot Bishop Kanai wants to spit in the face of the Sister Mariah married to that hero.
Of the wonderful Sister Mariah.
The wonderful
who has
Sister Mariah.
Like black men don't even get no love for the fact that she cared about them brothers and thanked them brothers for her husband.
I believe that's why he's so angry at her. Because the IUIC for years has always had a special hatred for the women in the ISUPK because they believe that women should not join us because we believe in a man's right to have more than one wife. And they've always used that to try to seduce our women to leave us.
Right. Yes.
Because those purple sluts would never stand with a man who out and out rightfully declared his right to be with more than one wife. Right. And they believe our wives are fools because they stand with us. And they've always tried to seduce our wives, talk to our wives, pretending to be women on Facebook. He has the video, sir.
Yes.
It's on the internet.
If we got time, we'll get to it, but we may not. But let me just add to what you're saying. Y'all was going to jump. Let me just add to what you were saying. What you're saying is so heavy, because that spirit of righteousness that's in these sisters, gay men hate it. Yeah. A gay man don't never want to see a righteous sister. To them, you a fool. They call you a fish. Like they don't respect you or like you at all. The water. They don't respect or like you at all if you are catering to a brother. And these sisters in the ISUBK, they cater to a brother. And let me tell you something else. These cats, this is why they sisters are so mad over there. Because them sisters, they tell them sisters a man can only have one wife. And then they out creeping around, screwing other sisters and telling them other sisters, well, you're not my wife. Or you know, we just had a sexual relationship. And then they trying to hide it. And of course, what do that sister do? Call General Muhammad, call General Haas, call General Maya, and say, I'm over here in IUIC, and my husband messing with this other girl and trying to act like he's denying it, man. And of course, IUIC ain't saying nothing because they looking for men anyway. They ain't looking for women. So they in there looking for men. And of course, it gets perpetrated. But listen, our women in here, they honorable as hell. Our women in here, boy, they honorable. They taking care of these brothers, man. And these brothers is winning. And in the end of the game, these brothers is going to be on top and cherish these women and give them everything that they want. That's why that righteous sister, gay man Kanai, you disgusting pig. Somebody should have spit in your face the day you was fucking born. A low-life gutter rat piece of garbage like you. They would say that about a righteous sister when you're a goddamn convicted criminal. You're a goddamn con man locked up. They got locked up for being a con man and a thief, and then destroyed that Latino brother's family. Destroyed their family, man, which is why the thing came out. Because they was poor and struggling, and you robbed them niggas, man. You understand? And didn't even repent for it. And let me tell you something else, too. You turn around and did what you did, you understand, as a criminal, you should shut your damn mouth out. That sister's 10 times more honorable than you. She didn't go con nobody and steal nothing from nobody. She just honored the men that stood with her husband. Like, what was the wrong in that? Why did she need to be spit in the face? Because you believe we're not righteous. You believe we're not righteous. You believe you are righteous. But that tape we just broke down today shows you're a disgusting bastard. And that everything you did out there in that camp was you being carnal and thinking about numbers as your way of success. But you will pay the price of carnality by the hand of the Most High Power. Because you're a disgusting piece of garbage. You understand? So can we run a couple more before we get out of here? 15 more minutes? Let's go, Marah. Let's go, Yadiah. Give me what you got. Where are we going? So we did the dick pics. We did the other one. What else you holding? Oh, you know that's the one. That's the one. This is, do you got the tape where she's dancing in the IUIC? That's the tape you got to get. You got to get the tape where this pretty young, innocent girl that's on her way to be an RN, about to make $100,000 a year in England, about to become some brother's wonderful, wonderful wife. In the IUIC, believing she's serving God, innocently in there, not being a hoe, not running around with no brothers, and you let a damn gorilla eat her. You let a gorilla. You let a twisted, funny-headed, ugly-ass African come in there and rape and murder her. And you had no, like that, them nasty bastards, they had no problem. It was like, oh, well, and they moved on. And the family had to go, there she go. Show her, look at her there. Show that pretty-ass sister, man. Like, that's why nobody should join horrible organizations. Like, we come up against churches because of all the molestation and evil they do. We come up against your nonsense because you are fake-ass Israelites. You're affronting like righteous men, making us, we in black and studs and armbands, and you making us look like we the evil, wicked ones. Meanwhile, you the wicked ones pretending to be righteous. Like, well, that's why black men, you got to open your eyes and see past what's in front of you. The scripture said we walk not by sight. And did I read the scripture about the boundaries in Deuteronomy? Did I ever read that? Can I just read that right quick just to finish up on this? And then I'll come back to the Joy Morgan. Because I wanted to clarify this, man, about the boundaries. The Lord said this. This is the Lord's word, not mine. You saw our equipment out there. You was never supposed to go past that. You was never supposed to go past that boundary and disrespect us. Like, you still have to respect men as men. But since you IUIC cats is mostly gay, you don't understand that concept. Even we understand. You know how many times we out there with big camps that we could push up on another camp? Many times. But we also understand you have to respect the man. You can't just decide you're going to abuse a man, because guess what? He might abuse you back. And guess what else? The Lord might be with him for that evil that you did. You understand? And you'll be sorry when that shit come back to you, because of course you'll know it was your fault at that time. You don't know it now because of course you proud and stupid. But when it come back to you, you'll know at that time that it was unnecessary for you to try and do what you did. Men understand that. You understand? Whatever you could do to a man could be done to you. And so if you're going to do something to a man, you better know and understand what it is that you're doing. Because when he come back to you, you're not going to like it. So you better understand why you're getting it. But you faggots don't understand that. Show it to me. Read it for me.
Khan Khan, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 19 and verse 14.
Listen to this good, y'all.
Khan Khan. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark.
You ain't supposed to remove your neighbor's landmark. That was our landmark. That was our border. Camp's supposed to know that. If you don't know it, you're supposed to know it.
That's right.
In the UPK, you don't touch nobody else's equipment when their camp is set up. No vendors' equipment when their camp is set up. You don't violate their space. You handle them with the spirit of the Lord on that microphone. That's how we handle business up in here, man.
That's right, sir.
Unless you step out of line, then it's different. But you punk ass homos in that IUIC crap, of course, you didn't respect that. So now you got to catch it. And let me tell you something else too. The fact that those brothers were so patient and so long suffering with the constant disrespect that you was giving them proves that they had no intention of harming you. The fact that they did nothing when you set up in front of their camp. I mean, and you not only did you bring the speaker, you brought like 6 or 7 other cats in front of the camp. You damn near split your camp up to have half of them in front of us. Stick with me, Marat, on the Joy Morgan. You understand? You stand there, had them in front of us. We still didn't disrespect you. Pushed the speak up against us. We didn't disrespect you. Then, of course, after all of that, like any disgusting animal, you kept on going. You can't never stop. You don't never, like any punk. Like a punk get an opportunity to do what he normally would not do on his own. He don't know how to stop. That's why them cops be going off the way they are. Because they be punks that done become cops. And now they got the power. So now that they got the power, when they get a chance to abuse you, they always go too goddamn far. They get to fulfill every time that they got punked when they wasn't a man or wasn't a cop. And that's what you do. And that's why you disgusting and you're going to fail. And everybody on the street hates you. Give me the videos where everybody hate them on the street. I'm going to come to that after. Do Joy Morgan. I ain't going to be that much longer. Give me Joy Morgan. Definitely give me the one where they called them out on the child molesters. You know the one I'm talking about? Give me that one. Give me the one when they went up to Buffalo and the people called them out then. And don't let me get Kahan in here and tell a ton of other stories. But get me through those. And if there's more time, I'll bring in more if y'all up for it, all right? Give me this beautiful, wonderful sister, man. Just a
Sorry, Christ bless. My name's Sister Joy from IUIC.
A way to make $100,000 a year as a registered nurse. She would have made a wonderful husband to a brother. Like they would have had no financial problem. 10 years, they would have been millionaires. She's young. In 10 years, they would have been in their late 30s, her and her husband, and they would have been millionaires if he never took a job. If he had a job, they'd have been millionaires before that, right or wrong. Forget about investments and interest on investments and CDs and all of that. If they had gone into all of that, they'd have been millionaires in 8 years. She was innocent. She was sincere. She was loving. And you bastards with your horrible, evil, wicked, heathen-loving policy got her club, got her killed. And like any nasty homosexual, like the scripture said, you slaughter and count yourself not guilty. You count yourself innocent. Like nothing never happened. Stick with me, bro. Like nothing, you got it? Like nothing never happened. And meanwhile, you're a disgusting bastard. Nobody should trust you. And I'm going to London come September. I'm going to be looking up Joy Morgan's family. I want to talk to them. I know they could use some comfort right now. Like I'm gonna raise a donation for their family for all the evil shit you bastards did. You understand? Because you are a disgusting bunch of people. I know that Joy Morgan's family is sitting right now missing that pretty young girl and saying, boy, we got no voice. Nobody cares. She's just dead and gone. Well, I got news for them. The ISUPK does care. You NYPD cops that got her killed, I pray the Lord wipe every last one of you out. I pray the Lord end you from being in this Israelite world and destroying brothers' lives. You do not want to see the house of the Lord raised up to wake up brothers and sisters and bring them out of these ghettos. You want to get in the microphone and you want to curse out the people of God. You want to charge them with the problem. You are unfit to be over them. And that's why I can guarantee you, just like, did I not say when it came to the Jesus Christ Church, what was my words? I can guarantee you they'll be gone. Did I not say it? Now you're going to find out if I'm a prophet now. I guarantee you the Lord is going to wipe out the IUIC. I guarantee it. Because the dirt, when that molestation comes out that's going on up in there, oh my God, you're going to see it on the tape. Y'all got it queued up, don't you? And coming up after this, give me the Joy Morgan, then we're going to go to the other two that I asked for. Let's go. Come on.
Another Joy Morgan with the mother on there charging them cats after court.
I heard
saying about like they was, taking tithes when she was still dead. When she was dead, they still taking money from her.
Taking her tithes after she was dead?
Because
No!
They make them sign a direct deposit.
Yes.
So they were charging her tithes after she was dead. The mother is on TV saying,
Brother, if y'all don't stop listening to homosexuals and letting these gay boys run your churches, you going to die. You going to die. Go ahead. And listen, and she died a horrible death. This could have been any one of our sisters, any one of our wives. She died a horrible death and told the Hamite, I don't want no relationship with you. He confessed it all later. She said, I don't want no relationship with you. I just want to learn this truth. I just want to find me a husband and all that. But this lustful, disgusting Hamite that you let inside your organization couldn't say no, just like them Hamites are. You ever go to the club and see them? They like animals. They run down them some of them black women look like monsters. But that don't matter to a Hamite. He buffalo, monster, water buffalo, saint. They don't give a damn. They run her down. How you doing? How are you? I'll take you out for a date. I'll take you out. They run them down out like madmen. They be over here. Go ahead, man. I'll wait for you. No, they come over here like madmen, running them sisters down. And that's what he did. He saw that Joy Morgan riding her home every night, sitting up there quiet like a rat, like they got up in there. And a ton of them had already been married and sleeping with other women, and it coming out as scandals and all that. He hides all that. And then on top of it, now this sister coming home every evening, coming from their school, being driven home from their school by some bone-eating Hamite that's not even our people. Right. And she look around like, where we at? You made the wrong turn. Oh, no, it's all right. I'm going to take you home. I just need to make a stop. And take her ass to the park out and punch that broad up in her face, beat her all up in her face till she's halfway unconscious, rip her panties off in the damn car, stick his funky Hamite rod in her, rape the hell out of her, then drive off further into the park. He confessed it and dragged her out the car and dug a shallow grave and threw her body in the grave. This same princess we about to show you right now covered her up and drove home and was in class in IUIC the next day. In class like nothing never happened, listening to the bishop of gayness. And like nothing went on. And brother, that's the signs the Lord give you to show you this is a horrible damn place that you're talking about. And here's what was worse. Their reaction, not even a statement, not even a "we are so sorry what happened to her. We apologize." No financial gain to the family. Instead, you will continue to rob her tithes. Yeah, she dead, but you find out she dead. The first thing you're supposed to do is check your records. What's going on? Where was she at? What was the last time we seen her? Is she in the school fully? Is she paid tithes? Where's her financial records at? What's going on? And then at least if you find out you automatically drawing her tithes, then you at least turn around and give it back to the family. You like a gutter rat. Keep the damn tithes. You like, and we're gonna play that tape right after this. You like a gutter rat. But the problem, you know what the problem is with black people in America? We're gonna finish up. The problem with black people in America is anybody can cut their hair down short, cut their beard off, put on a Christian outfit, and you believe they're men of God. But if a brother like us come out, a real roughneck, real free man, a real man that is how he is, but believes in the truth and stands for righteousness and has the morals of the Most High, you don't count him as a man of God, which is why you unable to tell the difference. There is a gulf of difference between us and these purple gay men. There you go. Play the tape out because I don't want to run on too long. We got a few minutes and then we're done. Go ahead.
See London. Lovely. So, Sister Joy, we're just going to go through a few questions. The first question is,
can you make it big?
How long have you been with IUIC?
Okay. So coming up to January, I would have been congregating for 3 years. So all praises to the Most High.
All praises. And why have you continued to be with IUIC?
Okay, so IUIC is my family and like the best family that I've ever had. That's it, really.
Yeah. All praises, all praises. So, how did you find IUIC in the first place?
Okay, so before coming into the truth, I was kind of into the Illuminati thing. So I was like watching videos, like researching it, and then
you don't get
one
more
of the
innocent
suggested
than that,
videos
right or
was,
wrong?
From IUIC.
Yeah,
from
she's
IUIC
naive.
Atlanta
She didn't
camp,
know a
and from
gorilla
then,
was sitting in the chair.
I was mind blown,
waiting
and
to
from there,
eat her guts
it just
out.
continued.
Praises, sis. So, what was the scripture that sealed the deal for you that made you believe that this is the truth?
Okay, so it was finding out that Christ was a black man. So as soon as I heard that, like my mind was absolutely blown. Like no point in my entire life did I ever think that Christ would be a black man. So when I heard that, it was it. Like I knew the Bible was for me. I knew that this was the truth. That was it.
And nobody should trust them like Joy Morgan did.
What made you want to seek the Most High? So you said you're from Illuminati and
that was
everything
enough
like that.
right there.
So what made you come and
that
seek?
Was terrible. That's terrible. That sister is dead because of these low lifes, man. And the low lives they allow to get up in there. And once again, if you create an organization where men can sneak in and be, put on a mask, you're going to have all kinds of child molesters in there. I guarantee you. Give me that mother right quick. And then I'm moving on to one more video. And then we're going to have to come bring this to a conclusion. This is her mother angry at these niggas at her funeral. You got volume?
Sir?
Please do.
This is the IUIC right out there with her mother. And of course, that day at court, they didn't wear the purple.
They didn't wear the purple.
They didn't wear any purple out there that day, but that's them out there.
Give us full screen in here.
The mother angry as hell at them.
Give us some volume. Imagine that.
It hasn't been made clear yet. That's why the court case is still going on.
Human beings did not call the police, but you still took her £10 a month or whatever her fight was. You see the money that you paid?
The girl trying to stop her mom. She's shaking her off like, leave me alone.
Why you people?
Yes.
I don't care. They're the money. They're the money.
Look, her mother mad as hell.
No, all of the money. All of the money.
And saying, where's the money? And if I could, by this time they at court. They are the woman already been there. Stop and frisk for the murderer. What happened, Marah? Oh, okay. Like, go back to that. Go back to that. Bring me back, Marah, please. The water. This woman murdered. They murdered. This woman's child got murdered. They still taking the 10%. They up there at the case and they ain't got no answers for it.
And where's the purple?
And where's the purple?
Why take the purple off today?
Right. Wasn't no purple that day. What, Mariah? I know I'm giving you hell with these
and that's more
videos.
proof
Go
that
with
they're
it.
cowards.
Yeah.
They're scared. They have completely been complicit in the murder of this girl. Their doctrine murdered this girl.
And the only reason they out here is to find out the fallout. They ain't here because they care about it. This is the fallout.
And they, of course, take off the purple dresses and now dress normal because they're too scared to wear their purple in front of a murder trial.
And they know the murderer is one of them.
That's correct.
Is a heathen they let in there. Play it again for me, Mariah, please. The what? She mad as hell. Look, they got on plaid shirts with fringes on the bottom. They on plaid shirts with, where's the purple at? Look at them, look at them, look at them.
Why did none of you
plaid shirts on today?
Can you read that? What does that say right there?
She said, why didn't anyone call the police?
Right. But we're still getting the tithes, but nobody even called the police.
You know, the friend said to her mom something about they Americans. That's what they do.
Damn.
She said they Americans. One of the girl that pulled back said it. They Americans. That's what they do.
If I could, the IUIC's doctrine killed this girl.
Yeah.
In every way. And remember, the murderer confessed. Yeah. The murderer was an African.
Yeah. Yes.
And the IUIC teaches that Africans are members of the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah. There's not 13 tribes.
Right.
So there's no way an African can be in the 12 tribes because there isn't 13. Right. No other nation can be in the 12 tribes. An African wanted to have sex with her. This African had a woman.
Yeah,
he was married.
Yep.
Their doctrine killed her.
That's right.
Because this African he was in the IUIC because of their doctrine accepting heathens. This African was married to another woman.
Yes.
And he could only have
one woman.
One woman.
And had no business being in there because since the beginning of all Israelites, we have never accepted other nations as part of us. Right. Since the day since the first day we hit the street corner, we have never let them. And everybody that did let other nations in, all of them were destroyed. And IUIC will be destroyed as well too. Yeah, right. You understand? We have never let other nations
for Joy Morgan.
For Joy Morgan.
For Joy Morgan.
Joy Morgan died because that gay boy you got in charge made a decision thinking he was going to make his organization big and bring in the Africans. Well, it failed. And now Joy Morgan is dead.
Damn right.
And now, guess what? Now you got to bring in reinforcements from other states because you failed in your great grandiose idea of what you thought you was going to do with your purple faggots. So now you got to bring them in from out of town to make your camps look like they got numbers. You got to recruit from all the cities around you. You're a disgusting bunch of people, man. And you're disgusting to do what you did to this system. And like General Muhammad said, it's directly because of the policies that this man created. Once again, you get a man that makes his own religion, I'll show you a man that's going to destroy your life. And the IUIC is a made-up religion. It is not a Hebrew Israelite. They are a made-up organization. And you make up a religion, even the Christians smart enough to follow the Baptists and the Methodists and the Episcopal. They smart enough to follow the traditional carnal-ass Christian religions. You let some gay boy set up a purple religion out of his goddamn head. And that's how people ended up dead.
If I could, sir.
Please.
If I could. He wanted to have sex with her. He was an African. Yeah. He was guilty for his desire to have sex with her. Yeah. After he raped her
brutally,
he did not want anyone to find out that he had sex with a woman who was not his wife. And then he murdered her because he had sex with a woman who was not his wife. Where am I getting this from?
And only
the confession.
And don't leave it out. He went back to class.
He
was sitting in class.
And remember, so those of you who have no compassion, he strangled her.
Yeah.
So if you can put yourself in her shoes, she's in a car with him. He's giving her a ride home from their church. He wants her, but he's not allowed to court her. He's not allowed to have her because he already has a wife.
Boom.
And he's a filthy African and they're brutal. And so he tries to come on to her, tries to talk to her, tries to seduce her. She says no. She doesn't want to be with him. He knows he's going to be found out. That he tried to do what? Cheat on his wife.
Yes.
He just tried to cheat on his wife. She says, no, I can't be with you. Why? Because you have a wife.
Boom.
He gets angry at her. He gets angry. He rapes her. And while he's raping her, he strangles this girl. Now remember,
in a car.
Try to imagine what that would feel like.
In the middle of the night.
You're looking at him and you're hoping he will stop. You're hoping he will look at your face and you're gasping for air. And as your eyes plead for mercy, you're hoping he will stop. He can't stop. Why? Because he's breaking a rule by having sex with a woman who is not his wife. He doesn't want this to be found out.
A rule the gay boy created.
The gay boy's made. So he has to kill her because he has just broken the rule of wanting and seducing a woman who is not his wife. He kills her. He digs a hole in the woods, puts her body in a hole, and puts on his purple shirt and goes back to church. That's from the confession. That's not hyperbole.
That's their words.
That's his words.
His words. Put on the purple shirt and went to class with her blood in his drawers. With her blood and her vagina hairs and her vagina,
How did I miss
in
a
his
part?
drawers.
One part before he said, don't tell anybody.
Yes, he did.
Don't tell anybody that I tried to have sex with you. She said, stop. He said, don't tell anybody. Why? Because they can only have one woman.
Right.
He's already married. He doesn't want the bishop to find out that he wanted to cheat on his wife. He says, don't tell anybody. She's screaming. He chokes her to keep her quiet. He buries her body in the woods, puts on a purple shirt, and goes back to their church. Later on, when he made the deal with the police, he had to reveal where her body was buried to get time off on the sentence. And he told this story that I'm telling virtually verbatim because I remember it. And he told them where the body was. And that's a fact.
So LGBTQ Nate was supposed to be her watchman. He failed. Now her blood is required on his hand.
Damn right. Damn right. The Lord is gonna wipe all you out. He's gonna wipe that gay thing out. He gonna get rid of Nate. All of that garbage y'all been doing is coming to an end. You are a bunch of carnal bastards that only think according to numbers. You are carnal as hell. You got one more for me before I go? Or we out?
If I could. Yeah, we got the
Come
Buffalo
on.
one too, Jenna.
Come
Buffalo one.
Come, you feeling that one? Give it to me. Oh, but what about the one where they got mad with him and was bringing out the cat? There was a child molester in there where the sister came up. You know the one I'm talking about? If you don't mind, Haas, give me that one. Give me that one, y'all. Where remember, y'all know the one I'm talking about, Udiah? Where the sister came up like, why y'all got child? Sister came up innocently like, why y'all got child molesters among y'all? And they said, what? We don't got child molesters among you. She said, yes, you do. Because so-and-so and such, he's a child molester. And then the brother got mad and ran over to the camera and said, don't listen to these niggas. They got child molesters among them. And went off. You know the one I'm talking about. You got that one? Please give me that, Marah. If you don't mind, Haas.
Yes, sir.
We put Marah through the ringer tonight. Marah pulling up everything on him. Like this right here is a perfect example of what we're talking about. Like this is an organization run by cops, and they don't care about, like that's why he brought Kanai back in. He don't care who robs and schemes and steals up in here. They got a mission. Their mission is to suppress all Israelite groups. And that's their mission.
And get paid while they're doing it. So
and get paid on the job while they do it.
They go for that money.
That's right.
They want that paycheck to be more fatter than anybody else.
Yeah.
Why they do what they do.
Exactly. We good on it? Come.
And if I could, while Mariah looking for that, general,
please.
You know, the scriptures say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Jacob went into the land near the Hamites, right? Jacob said, "That's it right there, Mariah. Oh, you got the right
Nice.
time."
Nice.
So let this wait.
Con. Can you zoom out at all or no? Con, do your thing. Like listen, this is why they beefing. Just let me prep the tape if I could. They're beefing with that's IUIC on the mic. They're beefing with IUIC because they know that IUIC has a known child molester among them. And they are questioning them. Like, why do you have this child molester among you? And IUIC, of course, they, damage control, they denying it. And as they denying it, the brother get angry and expose the whole thing. Like, this is who they really are. This is who this group is. And once again, you don't have to pretend to be benevolent. Your actions show if you're benevolent, but your actions will also show if you are a disgusting, slimy organization full of child molesters and con men and scheming ass bastards that come out of church. Tons of them wicked ass niggas that was in church is in IUIC. Yeah, there it is. Give it to us all. Give it to the people. Marat the Wild.
Okay, all right. So let me tell you. These niggas are pedophiles. Don't listen to this shit. These niggas are motherfucking pedophiles. Get these motherfuckers out of here so they can get more shit going. Fake ass Israelites. These niggas ain't shit.
Listen, even people in the world call them fake ass Israelites. Like, even they know these cats are fake. And pedophiles. You understand? Even they know. Play it again, Mara. Play it again. Like, even they know. And they the people on the street. Ain't nobody ever have to come up to us and say, they pedophiles. They got pedophiles among them.
Not
that ain't
since 1969.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Like, this is something, this thing there, this is what cops created to destroy Israelite groups, man. And you Israelite groups out there, man, you better stand up. You better be a man. You understand? Because otherwise they'll do what all bullies do. They'll just keep running you off the corner, and that'll just be the end of you. The one thing a bully don't want to have to do is constantly fight for what he's trying to take from somebody else. Yeah. That's the one thing a bully don't never want. He wants an easy score.
Right.
He don't want a difficult score. He wants an easy score. And that's what they wanted out there yesterday. They wanted an easy disrespect. They wanted to push the boundaries of disrespect.
They thought we would leave.
Yeah.
They thought we would leave and we would be violated and not answer.
Exactly. And thought that they would just violate us and disrespect us, and that'd be the end of it. When you went too far. The brothers were so patient. Again, big shout out to the KC4. Yeah. The brothers were so patient. You know what I'm saying? Now, you set up right in front of them, no problem. You push your speaker into the camp, no problem. You battled all day, no problem. But now you're going to go put your hands on our equipment. Now you're going to walk all the way in our camp after you done moved your speakers 10, 15 feet from your camp. The camp was all the way around the bend. And you done push your speaker all the way around the bend. Probably had to get an extra cord just to keep the speaker on. And then you're going to turn around and act like they just crazy. They just went, just like a gay man. They just went off. We don't understand what happened. They just wild. They just out the spirit. When you did that, you did that. Yep. You did that. You disgusting low-life bastards.
That's right, son.
You disgusting low-life bastards. And you know that was our corner. I ain't going to do it today, but I'm going to pull the tapes up of us speaking out there since 2018. Go pull up your tape. Show us one tape. For all you IUIC members, show us one tape of your camp set up in front of that library speaking. I want to see one. I want to see one. Prior to this week and last week, show me one. You will not show me one because you got tapes of your camp everywhere else in Kansas City, but on that corner. You went and set up on that corner specifically to try to take that corner in front of that library from them brothers. And you disrupted a peaceful righteous demonstration from men of God, because you are a loathing piece of low-life garbage. Especially that canine that's in Nathaniel's ear. That's you got a real rat in your ear. What's the name of that cat that was in Lord of the Rings that was in the king's ear?
Gollum.
Huh? No, not Gollum. The cat in the black that was in the king's ear, the steward. Not the steward. Was he the steward? No, he wasn't the steward.
Yeah,
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
The second Lord of the
cat
Rings.
that was the cat that was in the king's ear. What's his name?
Something.
Yeah, it was.
Wormwood.
Yeah, it was like it was like wormwood or something. That's canine. That's old worm-filled, snarly, creepy ass, slick ass con man in old gay ass Nathaniel's ear, filling him with nothing but poison and schemes and plots. And brother, the Lord gonna make you pay for that. You're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that. We're gonna spit on your history. We're gonna spit on your history after you gone. For that. Worm tongue?
Worm tongue.
That's Kanai. That's his new name, you nigga. That's you. You worm tongue. I no longer will he be referred to as Kanai. You worm tongue. That's who that bastard is. He in yeah, that's him. He in Nathaniel's ear because he's worm tongue. Piece of garbage, man. Come on, let's get up out of here. Give me that last video. What you holding? What's this one? Come on, Mariah. Hit me in the clutch. Y'all know it's late, y'all. I know y'all got work tomorrow. Let's get it in. Two more videos. We out of here. Let's go. Come on. Hit him in the clutch. Go ahead, play it. Yeah, because I want them to hear this. This is adequate.
These niggas are pedophiles. Don't listen to this shit. These niggas are motherfucking pedophiles. Get these motherfuckers out of here so they can get more shit going. Fake ass Israelites. These niggas ain't shit.
Yeah. The people don't even like you niggas, man. That ain't the only one. Give me one more, you die. That the people don't even like you because you're a bunch of low-life bastards.
Pedophiles.
You know what I mean? And pedophiles. Listen, Muhammad ain't gonna let me get away with it. It ain't our words.
No, that's
their
what
words.
he said.
Like, and here's the part. If you listen to the tape from earlier, the sister comes up not understanding. She comes up saying, why do y'all have pedophiles in your organization? They're like, we don't have pedophiles. She said, yes, you do, because so-and-so and such, he live in my building. He's a pedophile. And they said, oh, we don't know. And that's when the brother jumped in, like, that's when all the chaos started. When the brother ran over to the mic, like, get these pedophiles out of here. Because if you're going to allow pedophiles and gay men and all that kind of sexual deviance among you, then you're going to get labeled with them. Everybody know that. And you get labeled with them, and people are going to label you with them. And listen, they labeled you IUIC members as pedophiles. And they didn't say, get them out of here because of their doctrine. That's what I expect. I expect them to say, get them out of here, man, with that Israelite doctrine. I understand that if they're Christians or Muslims, they're going to come with that. But they didn't even come with doctrine. No. They came with your pedophilia, your sexual deviance. And I guarantee you they up in there. Somebody's baby is getting a booty robbed from IUIC purple bastard. You understand? I can guarantee it. And when it comes out through the grace and mercy of the Lord, whoo, I'm breaking open the best cognac on you because you are a bunch of vile bastards, man. You got one more for me, you die, Mariah? Hit me one more and we going home. One more and we going home, fam. So why for everybody from hanging with us, man, go to ixupk.com, pay your tithes, support the truth, man. We're going to continue bringing forth this work and this truth, building these camps up, changing brothers and sisters' lives. We growing every day. IUIC is falling apart. All that Hamite campaign, they spent years.
He has been.
Them Hamites gave you they funky ass after you went through all that trouble, saving Hamites while the Lord's chosen dying over here in America.
The Hamites are the Africans. Just let them know.
Yeah, come.
And if I could, while Mariah getting the video, don't they know? Well, they don't know because they don't know the Bible. But in the scriptures, when Jacob's daughter got raped by a Hamite. Remember, he thought she was beautiful and fine, and a Hamite African cat went and raped her.
And can I add something to you, Haas?
Yes, sir.
Every one of these fake Israelite groups do the same thing. When they trying to come up, they try to add some heathenistic way to come up. They don't trust the Most High. The ICGJC, they did it. The GOCC, they did it. Like IUIGJC thought that they could make a god out of Tazadakia, and that would give them the boost they needed. The GOCC thought that they could bring white people in, and it would give them the boost they needed. IUIC thought that they could bring in the purple gayness and the child molestation, and that they could shed the doctrine of the Lord and make it a nice, clean Israelite group. And they gonna fall as well. All of them try that. They all try that. If you care about your children, you get out of the IUIC, man. If you care about righteousness and honesty, get the hell out of the IUIC. Get away from them. Don't look at brothers for the outward appearance. Matter of fact, get that for me, you die. Get me where the Lord say he looked not at the outward appearance. Because the Lord looks inside a man. That's what you're supposed to measure a man by. These bastards look at their numbers. That's how they measure how strong they are. They don't look at what they're made of, what kind of men they're dealing with, which is why they fail every time. That's why they failed out there then. That's why they had to resort to dirty scumbag tactics. Because, of course, we beat them 6 ways to Sunday in the knowledge of the truth. 4 men stood up to them and shut their ass, their whole camp down. 4 men ran them off the corner. They was packing the hell up. Because you lowlifes, man. That's what you are. And you part of an organization that destroys God's people, that hates God's people. Go ahead, you die.
1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or nor the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
See that? The Most High don't see like man see. The Lord don't need height and stature. The Lord will use a kid, a small cat. You know how many little kids them blew cops away? 12 years old, 10 years old, 13, done blew a cop away. This cat got on gear and a bulletproof vest and guns and come up against a 13-year-old kid, and God just was not with him. He ended up dead. You understand? You want to serve the Lord. You don't want to serve your carnality or how many numbers you have, because then you will die. And once again, we got numbers too. We can match any numbers they match. That ain't no problem.
That's right.
You could go look at our Passover tapes and tell that. We can match their numbers anytime we want to. We don't trust in numbers. The Lord told David not to number the people. You got to trust in the Most High.
Right.
4 men was too much for you that you had to push a speaker into our camp. Like 4 men with a little speaker was too much for your gay ass. You had to take a speaker 20 feet from your camp and push it into our camp and then put your hands on our equipment because 4 brothers were too much for you. I should have sent 2. I should have broke it down to 2 men. 2 men, maybe you would have been less intimidated. 2 men, maybe you would have felt, okay, maybe we got a chance with your gay self. 4 men was too much. You had to break even your own rules with them 4 men. Because you a bunch of carnal bastards. And Nate is a disgusting gay Christian preacher. And the Lord going to reveal that fag. He's going to spill that fag all over the street. And he's going to expose that IUIC. That IUIC is a government operation. Go look at all the other fake Israelite groups. All of them been pushed down because of him. All of them been dwindled down because of him. Like the brothers, even the fake, we call them fake Israelite groups every day. They still in good arms with Tazariah. They still communicate with him, get counsel from him, talk to him, and we tell them straight up, we ain't down with no fake Israelites. And they still roll with Tazariah. Straight up, backed him up, came to his lecture. I was so impressed that they came to this lecture, I bought their dinner that night. I bought all their dinner that night.
That's what you did.
Because I was so impressed that they know that we don't affiliate and they still supported the captain. That's how much love they had for the captain. I bought their dinner that night. Ask them if you don't believe me. I bought all their dinner that night. Because because what they did was honorable. Right. Sir. Even though, once again, they ain't in our group. Okay. You understand? And we two different groups. But we still, they had so much respect for the cap. I had to respect them, man, and honor them. And you know we don't spend no money on no fake Israelites. But I bought their dinner that night. You understand?
That was after the debate that Captain
That was
Iuic had with
Malik Shabazz, which was an amazing debate, by the way. Big shout out to Captain Iuic, man, and all the work he did. And all the brothers, man. Like that, that was honorable. Like any honorable man could see the honor in somebody else, even if it's their enemy. But you purple faggots are not honorable. Like what would have been honorable is you came out there, set up your speakers, spoke, protected your camp, and did your job. That would have been honorable. We would have respected that. Not that you want our respect or need it, but who gives a damn? But the Lord respects what we respect. That would have been respectable. But you're a gutter rat organization pretending to be right. You're a gutter rat group. And that gutter rat group is why you push that speaker over there. That gutter rat group is why you pull them in front of our camp. Because you're a bunch of gutter rats. And it's also why you brought Kanai back in there, one of the biggest lowlifes that anybody could deal with.
That's him right there, sir.
Huh?
This is who they follow.
Yeah.
This is him on his knees.
Yeah.
Pretending to piss
on a Christmas tree.
Look at him on his knees.
That's his way of
That's their bishop.
Right. That's their way of expressing how they're disgust for Christmas.
That's their bishop.
Is doing something sexual to the Christmas tree.
Urinate. Once again, spitting, pissing.
Yeah. That's he's full of that.
Nasty, filthy thing.
Yes.
That's what he's about.
And he's a drug addict.
And he's 60.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being on your knees at 60?
Trying to
make it bigger.
Trying
this
to urinate.
A 60-year-old man
trying to urinate
on
his
Christmas knees
tree.
saying, here's my joke. I'm getting on my knees to piss. At 60, that's your bishop. That's your leader. Pissing.
Wow.
Have a nice, church service.
That's who they follow. Like
That's who you follow.
Like we honor honorable men wherever they are. You bastards are not honorable. Damn right. You not honorable. And you soon to be gone. Thanks be to the Lord. I kind of like you around. I'm going to tell you why I like the IUIC around. I like the IUIC because all low-life motherfuckers would join them and not us. That's why I like them around. Y'all don't know, I'm secret good. It's confession good for the soul, huh? I see them battles out there with them. I used to say, that's perfect. Let all the low-lives go up in that shit. Then we can go over here and raise up righteous men in peace and harmony and do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love. Yes, this is Buffalo. Give it to me. We going home. We going home after this. Give it to me. Turn it up loud.
Because we broke God's commandments, and it's going to continue happening until we acknowledge our sins. Right. Let's deal with Christ first, though, and I'll deal with you further. That's system. That's the quick answer, but there's a longer answer. If you have time, bear with us. We got you. Read that.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
A lot of the things that are happening in our community are things that are shortly coming to pass, like this mass murder. These are things that are part of the prophecy that your churches are not teaching.
Can you please put that on pause?
They wanna come around and kumbaya.
For 1 second.
Let's get a minute.
See, them IUIC cats are not trained. Like these people just went through a mass murder in a supermarket. Their family members were shot down and killed. You understand? Their neighbors were slaughtered by a white man. And what do you gay cats do? You go up there and blame them. Say, see, all this got to happen to you. You are vile. You are a vile group. Give me some more, Mariah, please.
Of silence. We need a lifetime. We need an entire lifetime of peace, and it ain't gonna come because these churches ain't teaching it. Right. Jump down to verse 10.
Like I said,
verse 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day.
Check it out, sister. This is the Lord's day. You heard that, sister? This is the Lord's day. Today they tell you it doesn't matter what he looks like, right?
You gotta give me the part where they turn.
Because we broke God's commandments, and it's going to continue happening until we acknowledge our sins.
Give me the part, Mariah, where they go at him for disrespecting him.
Sister, that's the quick answer, but there's a longer answer. If you have time, bear with us. We got you. Read that.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him.
It's a different tape. All right, we're gonna come right back to it. We're gonna get this last tape, man. We're gonna get up out of here, fam. Once again, be wise in what you pick and what you choose. The ISUPK has always raised up men of God since 1969. You can't get away from the fact that we are the original school. And there's only one commanding general. I know you want your gay boy to be like me, but there's only one commanding general, and you ain't it, baby. You ain't it, Mr. Jerry Curl. Like, how you gonna be the commanding king? You're right, woman king. You ain't it, Mr. Woman King. Is that the one? That sounds like the one. I think that is it. Am I wrong? Yeah, whenever you ready, Murad, bring us in. Like you can't. Now all of a sudden, all that time you was a bishop. Yeah. Now all of a sudden you trying to declare to be a general only because you see what we doing. And you see that people running up out of there because you discussed it. You already see it. You understand? We work for our seats. You faked it for yours. Yep. You created your seats. Yep. Let's see who the Lord with. Let's see who God is with now. Some made up garbage or the original ISUPK, home of the truth. No cowards, baby. This is where it's at. Last tape, y'all. Last tape. We going.
We're trying to happen to our people. So what you think we doing, sis? Leave us. What you think? We ain't grieving? We ain't grieving? Huh? Oh, I need to know them personally? Huh? His cousin is with us. I just told you that. Good. You a pastor? You don't know a damn thing. We didn't get it.
Let me tell you what's going on. Hold on a second. This is the same Buffalo massacre. But IUIC, they so Christian and thoughtless and spineless that these bastards went all the way to Buffalo to chastise the people whose families got slaughtered. They went up in there and chastised them. And the people was not having it. Once again, the people hate them. This is the same thing happened in Texas. This happened in Oklahoma. Where happened in Kansas City. That day in Kansas City, that sister, they put handcuffs on a sister because she was screaming at the cops. It's not them. It's not them. It's these guys. They came over here. The people was against them even that day because you are lowlifes. Nobody even like you on the street because you talking, not because you prophesying. Because you're a selfish pig. Go ahead.
The woman, the brother right here on the tape said, we're grieving.
Right.
We're trying to grieve. The purple faggot said, ain't we grieving too? And then so the other woman is hugging. She's hugging the other woman because her family member just got murdered
and
by
they
a
trying
white supremacist.
And they trying to comfort each other.
And so they're saying, we're grieving. Don't yell at us and blame us and say it's our fault. Because our family is dead. And that's why they're hugging right in front of them and telling them we're grieving. This is the same day, if I could, sir, Captain Azaniah.
Thank you. Come on, big shout out to Captain Azaniah, baby. Another badass captain, no cowards, UPK, man. Full out certified. Go ahead.
He went out there that day, and everyone in the crowd said, why are these people yelling at us, blaming us when a white supremacist shot us? And Captain Azaniah gave them food and water and hugged them.
Yeah. Damn.
Hugged them.
Damn.
That day.
Those are men of God, huh?
IUIC can't even relate to black people.
No.
They can't even relate.
They don't have compassion or empathy. They don't understand it. They just are a hateful bunch of crooked purple pigs.
He said it, General. He said this. He said, "What do I got to know them? Do I have to know them? I ain't got to know them."
That's on that tape. He said the woman, the mayor is saying, "We're grieving. This is my family member." He said, "What? Do I have to know them? Do I have to know them?" That's on that tape.
What a bastard. And somebody just sent me a tape where from Azaniah, where the people, I ain't gonna get it to you tonight, but I'm gonna play it later on. I might even put it up on my Facebook. Yeah,
that's good.
Like where the people are accepting Azaniah.
Yeah.
Accepting him because he dealing with them like a priest is supposed to deal with them in a time of grievance, and teaching them and waking up. And he got brothers up there now to this day based on him being there for them in that day. You IUIC members, you losing face all over the country. You went out there, man, with them bone eaters and tried to save them. You shamed yourself. You shamed yourself and you showed your colors. You preferred the Africans because you thought you was going to get some Guyanese money. And you thought that, and a lot of you do this. A lot of you leave the country trying to get little boys. You got those of you with them sexual deviants, you love to get out the country. Because getting out the country, you get away from U.S. law. Rakesh Yah and them did that. He went out there and got them young girls and was out there sleeping with the OGOCC. They was out there sleeping with them girls outside the country. You love to get out there because that's when you get to your lust. And that's what a lot of you bastards want. You just want a group of people like Jim Jones that you can have so you can just fulfill. You want to be like Heaven's Gate, them cats that cut all their balls off. Because you want to be a group that just gets a group of people together so you can fulfill all your lust and lasciviousness. I believe that's what that old nasty Kanai is doing. He's doing that. Oh, you got it? Oh, man, you on it all day, Marah. If you can, pull it up, and I'm going to end with this. We got to get off here. We bring some more another time or another night. But IUIC, you are the ones that created this problem. You're the ones that you in the name of the Lord. It's your fault because your men went over the line and disrespected the men of God and put your hands on our equipment when it was completely unnecessary. You were already folding up and moving the speaker, which you pushed all the way 20 feet from your camp into our camp. You were the provocateur out there that day, not us. You were. You brought the 30 men and thought that meant you could now be disgusted and nasty when you should have just let the 5 men you had. We would have had a wonderful battle out there with them. And guess what? Nobody would have got involved with nobody that way because you without them numbers, you ain't putting your hands on anybody. You're only doing it when you have numbers, which is better for you. Like if Nate had any sense, he would send his men out with 5. You know why? Because you're going to have great camps. You're going to come up against us. We're going to come up against you. And it's going to be beautiful. We're going to be on one side. You're going to be on another side. And of course, everybody like they saw that day came over to our camp. Wasn't nobody over there with them. Everybody came over there with us. And when the cops came, nobody supported them. The cops came and everybody supported us. That's what would happen. And you desperate because you bleeding numbers like crazy over there. That Hamite loss was a loss when them Hamites got up out of there. I heard some of them camps in England and all that turn they back on you bastards. You know, let Hamites run up all that. You seen Joy Morgan with a big old African head wrap on her damn head. This is a Hebrew Israelite. You got in a big ass African head wrap. You're a disgusting bunch of bastards, man. And God gonna get rid of you. And I'm gonna laugh my heart off. I'm pulling out my best drinks on that night.
That's right.
I'm gonna laugh at you because of the filthy pigs that you are. You cop bastards. We done? You holding one more, Marah? Give me a little Cat Mazzani, y'all, if you don't mind, and we gone. I know I held y'all, fam. A little bit of Cat Mazzani, y'all. The water about to hung with us tonight, man. Go ahead,
You gonna make it out in one piece so you can stay. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name.
See how you do. Look at that. That's a man of God.
Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times.
And if I could, what y'all don't know, can I just pause it for a second? Them two men that this brother is showing on that tape, one of them has a master's degree in theology. That's Cap Mazanayan. You think we just a bunch of gutter rats when these are highly educated men. He has a master's degree in theology. The brother behind him, the genius, we call him the genius. He all over from Brazil to Canada. Brother, he has a PhD in some shit I can't even pronounce. Like some.
He do his work up there.
Yeah, he like you know what I'm saying? He do something up there that God knows is on the edge of life. You understand? He does something to do with what's that physics they talk about? You know, he beyond an engineer.
He works on satellites.
He builds and orchestrates satellites up there, but he got a title for it. He deals with
get the name.
What's it called? It's not physics, but it's that other thing. No, he beyond all that. No, something it has to do with physics. I think it's quantum physics. That's what he deals with. He's a quantum physics specialist. Okay.
You only hear that on them shows at time travel
Yes.
and all that.
He's a graduate from Columbia University. What's it called, Muhammad? Lauda cum laude? I don't know what that thing. The kumi cums. I don't know what the more accolades is. That's what he has. These are genius black men. These ain't chumps. These ain't suckers.
Damn right.
These are genius black men. And listen, you'd never know it unless I said it, because that's not what they standing on. Right. We don't stand on carnality.
Right.
The Lord will deliver with a man with a PhD and a man that can't even speak English. He'll deliver with both. But you stand on that carnality because you're a filthy piece of garbage.
Right. And
that brother showed them love. And they remember that, man, and sent their sons to Azania. They strong as hell up there now, too. You want to finish it? So we can go. That's it. We done. I want to thank everybody for joining us, man. We are absolutely out of here, man. Pay your tithes. ISUBK.com. Pay your tithes, man. We'll tell you about all the upcoming stuff next week. Big shout out to the heavy hitters in the building. Big shout out to all the brothers and sisters that joined us tonight. I'll see y'all next time live on the UBK, y'all. Shalom.
Check. Wrong with these niggas, man. First off, no need to go back and forth with the scriptures, because every time you niggas talk, y'all just proving you wicked. Really? See, the UPK name was mentioned by some Israelite group who called a leader a bishop. Really? And what I'm saying is all facts. You lost that. UPK, that's them hard cats. Cross that. Said the shoulda David was Molech. Stop that. Hope you told Esau that when you got your cop badge. Hypocrites, that's that shit we don't like. Fraud niggas, that's that shit we don't like. Come on, man. You Tom Clancy niggas called division. Bunch of wicked ass niggas in your spirit witness. That's what's wrong with you boys. Let a man check you. Foot on their neck, applying all this damn pressure. No regard for the black lives the clan gathered. That's the shows how you feel about your ancestors. If you really in these streets, where your teachings at? If you really men of war, where your Mitri at? Brotherhood and loyalty, is you teaching that? Pharisees and heresies, you teaching that? When it comes to a check, you niggas turn into Judas. How you speak against the beast, then go join with their movement? You can't lock a brother up because he don't know what the truth is. Talking about building a nation, you helping us lose it. See, now y'all niggas see why we don't link up with no squad. The more you niggas teach is the reason you show why. The day you left us was the day that you sold God. The Lord named Yahweh, why you calling him Anya? It ain't come from the prophets, then you know that it's all lies. The general held on, nigga, he never jumped side. And y'all see everything we do for the 12 tribes. We see the shit you niggas do when doves cry. Y'all hated rank, now y'all copy our style. Shit, we heard about your video, seen it and smile. Now it's time to set the record straight. We coming for Nate, dog, let's regulate. Motherfucker, we hit him up. Why you suckers is fellowshipping? Fucking Christians, why would you ever consider dissing? Nigga, listen, you'll never last in our division. That UPK warhead launch is never missing. Office it down, I'ma start to offer you clowns. Are you talking tough in your church offering down? Y'all just a cheap imitation. These niggas hating. Wanna be us so bad it's humiliating. Making diss tracks using indirect statements. IUICPD, on location, lying to their faces, lying in your convo, putting cases on everybody, Nick like Alonzo. UPK the big dog, rest of y'all just pups. We about to separate pure bread from mutts. Y'all days is up, y'all gay as fuck. You say you got the truth is you suck. Y'all should stick to lying, cause rapping ain't where you wanna go. You took your shot, got blocked, not today like Matumbo. Holding came with Columbo, UPK do a jumbo. Can't beat us with descriptions, rapping not in the rumble. Y'all second class, y'all wouldn't last in the jungle. You dealing with the predators, wearing purpley regular. IUIC so peeved, they irrelevant. Your track so corny, I'm doing this for the hell of it. Just to be clear, I don't give a fuck like I'm celibate. Got your bitches saying Chief Keef, y'all so delicate. Then you try to pick up a mic, that ain't intelligent. If you talking numbers, you ain't fucking with us, they either. Cause every one of ours with 3 or 4 of you divas. You hard as a Justin Bieber, we hot as a fucking fever. You should join the Trooper program, you starving for a leader. UPK will make y'all men. We do a lot of charity, so we'll take y'all in. Show you how to be a soldier and to keep them hoes in their place. To be honest, I'd rather punch them dead in their face. Kinda curious what color red and purple make now. Is that your camp or your girl camp? You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gonna learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses.
Lord in the building! I kill these motherfucking niggas and I kill them.
Hey, you stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gonna learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses, purple blouses. I know them bitches running your houses. I see you worship women, I know who wearing the trousers. Really, I prefer that we take it straight to the warfare. What we doing here? Folding y'all like a lawn chair. It's the wrong year. Betting y'all get the point clear. Squad too soft to beef with true bosses. You can thank the general sending you all these losses. Then you go to Ghana, so far from Americana, so you can get them little boys naked in their cabana. I see what Purple Rain and Bambada they got in common. They ever touch my kids, I'ma bury them, never find them. Next time, better watch your mouth and watch your rhyming. Never mention general, direct or subliminal. You gon' need more than them cops to come defending you. Better get the FBI, the military, GMS on PMS, a light SETI. The whole country's community come together in unity. Still won't be enough in between to protect you from me. Now, is we finished or we done? One West where I'm from, when you see us better run. I ain't put my all in this verse, I'm having fun. It would make it even worse for you cowards, it just begun. Fuck it, I could do this shit forever. Purple started raining, I'm coming with an umbrella. I'm coming with a vendetta.